Streaming. Welcome everybody to the Brohio podcast. I like small things that can fit in my ass, except for watermelons. Those
God damn it! Fucking.
Oh, is there a poll?
Yes.
What is it? What does it say?
Who do you think would last longer in bed? Nick or Rob?
We're gonna find out tonight, motherfucker.
Not me.
Not yeah. Just keep in mind we are both very underwhelming.
I'm there for a good time, not a long time.
I got shit to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. God. My wife just always smells good and her skin's soft. You know.
Oh, dude, the skin softness is a
freshly shaven legs.
dangerous. Oh, it's so dangerous.
God, I will suck on her toes.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know it.
Yeah, man. Smooth skin, soft skin. Oh, fucks me up.
Oh God.
Fucks me up, my friend.
I turned on monetization for this one, and I have no idea what's going to happen.
Oh, okay.
It's always been turned off, but I turned it on.
Right.
All of it. So we might just be covered up by ads the entire time. If that is the case, sorry, guys. So sorry. Oh, Rob's winning. That's not fair. It might be right. It might be wrong. Who knows? Come and get it either way.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. I'm going to get fucking pissed off over this poll. I got to go. I don't want to do the show tonight. I'm good.
There you go. I voted for you.
Thank you. Thank you. First one?
27%.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
Rob Dog's type of guy that go all night. Man, I wish I used to be able to.
Yeah, man. I used to be good for like 3 or 4 rounds in a night. I would fucking pass away right now.
Dude, I need like a 6-hour break, like a nap and then a meal. And,
yeah, a trip.
Yeah.
I need to go to Walmart in between.
I get too fucking tired afterwards, man.
My bones hurt. I got arthritis.
Osteoporosis.
I got that arthritis dick.
The second knuckle of your dick gets sore.
Yeah. Whenever whenever my dick gets hard, it sounds like somebody stepping on Pop Rocks. It's just
Oh man,
popping and cracking.
just breaking fucking bones.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready if you're ready. If you're
Sure.
ready, I'm ready. If you like it with your face crammed in the pillow, you've come to the right podcast. I'm one half of the Brohio podcast. I'm the delicious Nickalicious.
Were you holding on to that? Like, what makes you think? Like, what makes you think of this shit randomly?
I think of it when we hit the record button,
Man, it's funny how the Nickalicious brain works.
and then I think of it, and then I roll with it. Sometimes I'll think of it earlier in the week, and I have to write it down.
Oh yeah.
But other times it is it just comes to me, much like cum. It just comes.
Just a cum magnet. I'm Rob. Hey guys, how are you doing? Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. A good week. It's been a week almost.
And we're recording on time.
Yes, I know.
What the fuck is that about?
On a Monday,
We've got
as normal.
we've got a lot of stuff planned for you.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, this episode was I don't like to politicize stuff, and there's gonna be no way around the political stuff.
Oh,
in
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
episode, but
It happens.
maybe you'll get a little better feel of how we feel about things, which is not a certain way. I know everybody's upset about the swimmer with the balls right now, and I would look. We'll get to that in just a second. Let's talk to our new Patreon subscribers. First up, we have Alex Persha. Alex Persha, you probably got a very nice set of toes on you. Some beautiful combed over hairy toe knuckles.
Oh, yeah.
What does do hairy toe knuckles do anything for you?
Oh hell yeah. I like to pet them.
Rev me up. Oh God.
Oh shit. Who we got next? We got Sabino. Oh, dude, I'm gonna say this name so white. Sabino Rangel.
Sabina Rangel. I think you got it.
Rangel.
It's short for Rump Ranger. Sabina, thank you for the patron pledge. We love you. Oh, what about this one? Yoban whacking off. That's me.
Hey, good name.
I had to install some new components on my. Was wrenching on my fucking on my hog again this weekend. You know.
Yeah.
And I needed some lube to get the foot inserts in, and I didn't have any mechanical lubricant.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go into the Pandora's box in our bedroom and get the personal body lubricant. there was some.
It works, man.
There was some anal ease, and then there was some nipple fire stuff, and there was just regular, good old fashioned fucking lube it up and fuck it out.
Should have went with the nipple fire, man.
I took the good, just the original, not the extra crispy or the spicy.
Yeah.
Took the original recipe out to the garage, and it worked wonderfully for what I was trying to accomplish.
Save the Fruit Loops flavor for after effect. Wait, what we got? Oh, yeah.
You've been whacking off.
Yobin, thanks, Yobin.
I have been whacking off. You're right.
Guilty. Next, my favorite crack user, Frosty Spoon. Thank you very much.
Frosty Spoon.
Or is that meth?
That sounds like a delicious cereal, honestly.
Yeah.
Mari, the tree hugger. Mari, thank you, Mary. Thank you for being here. We would, if we had a tree, we would let you hug it, no matter how bad you thought we wouldn't allow you. We would let you hug the tree.
And discombobulated with a bunch of ones and zeros.
Wow, he's definitely a juggalo for sure. You spell discombobulated like that.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Makey, 1999. That's the year I made my Winky go for the first time as well, 1999. Thank you, Makey, for the Patreon pledge.
Michael Langley, thank you very much.
Old Dangly the Langley.
Ooh, you got a good one.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Last but not least, we have Vagina Boob.
My two favorite things.
If you would like to join us on Patreon, go to patreon.com/Brohio Podcast. Oh, good. Perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Thanks for doing that.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. We didn't really want people to listen to this podcast anymore anyways. We're going to have a live show in just a couple weekends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Louisville, August 23rd, 6 to 10. We're going to be with Hillbilly Horror Stories, Mysterious Circumstances. Yes, there's a comma in the middle of circumstances. I thought it was written right here.
Somewhere. Maybe.
Maybe it's deleted. Maybe it's fucking gone.
Tell you what, I literally just posted it to my
It should be right here.
Instagram. There you go. You got it. Pulled it up fast.
August 23rd, 6 to 10. It's going to be the VFW 5421-7111 Lower Hunters Trace, Louisville, Kentucky. You can go to Eventbrite and get tickets. We'll put links to the live show in the description. Tickets are $25, but think about all you're going to get.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
I'm going to be there.
I will let whoever shows up put a finger in my butt.
I will let whoever wants to slap me in the fucking face.
That'll be fun.
As hard as they want.
Yeah.
But
I'll watch.
You have to let me slap you back. And you want some of these fucking bear paws across your balls. Because I'm not slapping you in the face. Because that's where you're going to expect you're going to tense up. And I'm going to hit you right in the balls. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're a swimmer or not. If you got balls anymore.
Yeah,
that's what we're going to talk. The Leah transgender swimmer.
Yeah.
And everyone is so fucking upset about this young lady that's decided to become a collegiate swimmer. Today, I have very much lived with a broaden. I like to broaden my, I guess, my opinion. I shouldn't say I like to. I like to listen to a lot of different opinions before I give what I think my opinion is. Some say I'm opinionated. Some people don't believe it. But I was legit trying to find nice things about this swimmer today, Leah. Why it's okay for what Leah is doing. Pro Leah. I was looking for all this stuff on Google. I couldn't fucking find anything.
Mm-hmm.
And
everybody's shitting on her pretty good.
Shitting her pretty good. They are, man. She's getting it. So, if you would like to send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. Explain if you're in favor of what Leah is accomplishing and what she's doing. Send us an email, and I would love to talk about it. But what I really want to happen is I think she swam her last race. I really wanted.
I would think so.
I really wanted her to get up on the champions podium and how women do that move where they stick their fingers in the crotch of their bathing suits and they pull it down.
Pull it out, yeah.
And then they're just nut flopped out. But I do not know if Leah still has her testicles.
That's what I was going to ask. Do we know?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's not for me to if she does still have them, cool. Nothing cooler than a chick with a big old set of balls.
Do you think they they give you the option to keep them after? Well, obviously they can't keep the penis because they got to hollow it out and invert it and stuff.
One of the scariest things that's ever happened to me, I typed in sex change surgery on YouTube.
Oh, man, yeah.
And I watched it. Dude, they grab the head of the dick and they stretch it up.
Was it like the animated thing of the shows?
Oh, no.
Or was this the actual thing?
Oh, okay, a real life fleshy dick.
I've seen the the animated version of what they do. It's pretty interesting.
Not even a good dick. I could see why this person didn't mind having their dick taken away.
That's me.
It was not a very impressive dick.
Might as well have a vagina.
But they put it up and cut around it and just roll it down like a condom, man.
Yeah.
It is fucking gross. It's scary.
Just peel it like a banana.
Very liberating process for the people involved, I might assume. But I do not like watching that surgery. Much like I stumbled upon a Facebook group the other day. It's called, God, this is the fucking worst place in the entire world you could ever go. It's like images you shouldn't have covered up, but now you regret it, or something like that. Oh, it's just people getting their hands chopped off.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, the name of the group is "Why Did I Uncover This Content Despite My Better Judgment?" ?
I always love groups that have long ass names like that.
Oh, it's sketchy, bro.
It's like a Fall Out Boy song.
It's like Orgish meets Rotten.com
on Facebook.
Yeah, and it
weird.
I saw one today. It was in some Middle Eastern country. They had a line of dudes that had gotten caught stealing, and they were putting their hands on tree stumps.
Yeah,
and cutting their hands off.
Yeah, I saw that video on Reddit.
I don't like it. It was
the one dude that I saw that he literally just laid his hand down, took it like a fucking champ, laid his other hand down, and didn't even flinch and just walked away after. I was like, dude, that dude has some nuts. I would have been crying like a little bitch.
That would have just. It's terrifying that stuff like that happens.
Yeah, I saw another one where they used a lead pipe just to break his hands, not to chop him off. That one was.
There was one earlier, and the guy. And sometimes if it's too bad, they won't post the actual video.
Yeah,
they'll just put it in put a little link to a file sharing thing, and you can watch it from that link. It was like a cartel thing, but they had this guy's legs. He was on his back naked, and they had his legs spread apart, and they put fucking lunch meat or something on his dick and balls.
No.
And they had a pit bull that was had completely ripped his penis and testicles off and was just eating all the shit on his crotch. Just pieces of meat, tearing it off.
Yeah, that's rough.
And I said, hell yeah, bud. Tear the fuck up.
Is that bestiality?
I don't think so. It was gone. There was no phallus anymore. But dude, it was.
Oh man.
Yeah, if you guys are into that weird stuff.
It's funny thinking about it because I know how much shit on our private group gets fucking reported automatically.
I have no, but I
so I can't imagine that group.
I think the group is probably you just take that blood oath and you
lock
go
down.
In. We're not going in and report anything.
Right.
People report stuff in our group, and I got to kick them out because they report dumb shit. I don't fucking care. I just don't fucking care, Rob. You know, people get upset about stuff and get up in. There's certain places that, like kids and race, certain things I just don't fuck with. I'm intolerant of.
Yeah, definitely.
You fucking talk shit about it, it's just, I'll whack you. But
I'm still not going to report it. I mean, if I see something if I'm scrolling through Facebook, I see something I don't like, then just fucking keep going,
But if somebody reports something, I'm just like, oh, that's bad. I'll delete it.
Yeah,
but if someone reports something stupid, I'll just send them off. So, see, look, you and I got to go our separate ways. This might have been meant to be.
May not be the place for you.
I have a lot of podcasts that I can recommend for you. This is not one of those.
Especially this page. Let's go to the article.
What
do you got?
Doctors found a glass tumbler was cause of a woman's UTI symptoms.
Oh, man.
You know what a UTI is, Rob?
I do.
That's when you come in the girl and she just lays there and doesn't do anything about it. And a couple days later, her pee-pee starts to hurt.
Yeah.
Own goddamn fault. So what you got to do is you got to drag him to the bathroom and you got to clean it. You got to say, hey, get in there. You got to take a shower.
Got to shake him out.
You got to shake him out just like an old rug.
like an old thing of toothpaste.
mean, I couldn't. I don't think I've ever had a UTI before. I don't know if
I think
guys,
it's pretty rare for dudes.
I don't think if guys can get them, but
Yeah.
I know when women get them, it fucks up their whole body.
Oh yeah.
Fevers, body aches. It's like the flu. So then you got to give them another shot of that penicillin to reverse what you've done to them in the first place.
Got to plunge it out.
And then there's women in faraway countries that don't have running water that just get them because they're nasty.
It's true.
There's probably women here that fucking get it because they're nasty.
Vaginas are so complicated.
Sometimes when women set just right, they fart and it comes out of the front. And that's
I wish. I fucking wish. Just a fart would just travel up my dick.
it's like, yeah, a little fart dick luge coming from the back of the front. But yeah, man, if women will fart, they're sitting right in a lawn chair, chilling at the barbecue, and everyone walks away for a second, and she just rips one and it shoots out the front.
Man.
We call those runners here at my house when you get a runner. I get them all the time. I can actually do it. I can get a fart to come out of the area between my thigh and my nuts.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
I just want to see like me sitting there and then being able to push it front, my dick just go boop. It just get pushed up.
It gets airborne.
Yeah, it gets airborne.
Like a BMX bike.
Like I hit a half pipe.
Hit a fucking jump. Like does a kickflip.
Like, oh shit, my dick just did an ollie.
Yeah, man, it's far out my dick.
Kickflip.
Oh, that's where that glass tumbler went. This is from Forbes.com. A case report published in the journal Urology Case Reports described how doctors found a glass tumbler that a 45-year-old woman had misplaced about 4 years earlier.
It's always the 45-year-olds.
And you're in for a surprise as to where they found the glass tumbler. Here's a hint. It wasn't in the woman's cupboard. When you need a doctor to find something that you've lost, chances are something's gone quite wrong. This is a bunch of fuss. This is an author that's trying to be funny. That just this just not fucking funny. Now, urgenturia may sound like a cafeteria when you want food very quickly, but instead it's a feeling of urinary urgency, a continuing sensation of needing to empty your bladder. It's called urgency because the words "I really have to pee" aren't usually followed by "Let's take a leisurely stroll in the park." While the woman was in the emergency room, a urinalysis on a sample of her urine found both blood cells and a lot of white blood cells. This might have been expected for a typical UTI. However, an X-ray of her pelvic area revealed something even more unusual. An object that appeared shaped like a glass, maybe even a UFO. And nothing in your pelvis should be shaped like a glass, regardless of what you may nickname your genitals. The woman then underwent surgery, removed the object from her bladder, and the surgery revealed a glass more than half full situation. It was a glass tumbler that had apparently been sitting in her bladder for a while because it was encased in calcium material.
Huh. That's fun.
The picture of the following tweet shows what doctors had extracted from her bladder. And as a matter of fact, if I slide that over, you can hop on the YouTube stream. And right there it is. I got it right there for you guys. Look at that fucking nasty-ass thing.
Damn.
They got that out of her butthole, Rob. A vagina and the butthole, they connect in the middle. So,
Whew, look at that thing.
yeah, that is rough, my friend.
Oof.
I don't know if I necessarily like it a lot, but this woman thought it was a good idea to do this. All told, this combination glass tumbler and bladder stone measured 8 centimeters by 7 centimeters by 8 centimeters. That's a fairly large stone, as 8 centimeters is about 1/20th the height of Napoleon.
What the fuck?
Not that fucking matters.
Yeah, that's a stupid comparison.
But, yeah, so as for how the fucking thing got in there, oh, God, I have no idea.
Can you imagine the smell of that cup?
There's, yeah, it probably smelled good. They're, I know they got, like, these period cup things now.
Yeah, menstrual cups.
Yeah, you just pinch it, and you...
It's a smoothie in a glass.
You flick it in there like a booger. I don't even know how you put it in
Make
there.
your own Bloody Mary.
I know I've seen the instructions for them, and you got to hunch up like a Ninja Turtle, get that bitch in there. It's pretty wild. You got to do some scientific ballet circus stuff.
Kind of scares me a little bit.
Get your vagina cup in there.
I just automatically just like picture like the little bathroom cups that your rich friends would have in their bathroom in the sink, like by the sink.
Yeah. I mean, why not, dude?
I think that was like the ultimate flex. Like if I went to someone's house and one of our friends, his parents did that.
We were talking about this a couple of days ago.
Like, man, that's a flex.
Stacy and I remember the ultimate flex were families that had small televisions in their kitchen.
Oh, yeah,
that was a pretty strong flex.
That really was.
That was a good one.
What else? Shoot, what else could have been a...
For rich friends?
Yeah.
You know, Mikey G had carpet in his bathroom.
He's the one that had the cups.
That was just weird.
I felt so weird every time I went over there. I'm like, man, I'm so scared of pissing on your floor.
I'd piss all over that rug.
He's like, do I do it all the time?
Let her rip.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I paint the walls. Paint the ceiling.
I think also the sitting room that nobody ever sat in.
Oh yeah,
that's a big flex too.
Yeah, it was.
Like, yeah, we don't ever spend any time in there. You always know because they don't even have like a TV or anything.
Yeah,
it's just couches and chairs and tables.
Chairs.
Yeah,
we don't have one of them motherfuckers here.
Nah,
they get tore out of the frame.
Oh yeah,
dog shit and sticky ice cream and. Yeah.
Would you care to make me another one of those?
Yeah, dude.
That was delightful.
You like it?
Yeah, that was good. We could pause this.
No,
we can keep going. Fuck it.
We'll just keep talking for a second.
Keep shooting
I'm
the
pouring Rob.
He's gonna make me another drink.
What do you think about Leah the swimmer?
I think that it's unfair advantage.
She's got good, strong shoulders.
Was she like 6'4" or something?
She's a big motherfucker. I know that.
Yeah, I feel like it's not fair because I mean we're obviously like born male and female is you're built completely different. She went through puberty as a male, so she has all that.
Yeah, I don't even know.
All that extra.
There's not a right answer.
All that extra. There's not. I mean, and I'm all for.
Without sounding like an intolerant asshole.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not about that life, but yeah, I definitely think it's unfair. There's a reason you go from like what was like 430th in the males class to first. I mean that shows you right there what you dealing with. You ever watch WNBA? Holy fuck!
Like the greatest.
Shit's awful.
The greatest female basketball player in the world right now is incarcerated in Russia because she had a little vape pen.
Yes, I know, that's crazy.
Brittany Griner, she beat the shit out of both of us.
Oh, I bet.
She got that reach. She fuck us up.
Like the Williams sisters, I would never want to fuck with them.
No, I wouldn't. I'd kiss them and run.
Oh, dude. they're
just to piss them off. So
dude, they're fucking jacked.
They are. They're like Shaq, dude.
I mean, they're tennis players, but still.
They're big, scary.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about false flags.
That was a heavy pour on that one.
Yeah, man. Well, I didn't mix it up.
I was gonna say that too.
You got it all on top.
Someone said that we're their favorite gay duo. That's so sweet.
Yeah, we are.
Even more than Bert and Ernie?
We're each other's favorite gay duo.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
Well, a false flag can mean a few different things. And like I said, we're going to try not to politicize.
That lifted you up. You had take off.
Oh, Lord mercy. Lord have mercy. A false flag.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, I crashed and burned in the dirt in that one. False flag can mean a few different things. It can mean you poop your pants accidentally when you're trying not to. It just depends on how you look at it.
Oh, man.
It's essentially a covert operation carried out normally by a certain element of government, where the government pretends to be a certain enemy, then carries out attacks against their own other people. So, for instance, that would be like you and your wife sitting inside the house. You fucking hate your neighbors. Your wife doesn't really hate the neighbors. But you just kind of like, I hate the fucking neighbor. So one night you go outside, you dress up as a neighbor, you put on the fucking gimp mask, you got the big rubber thing hanging out of your butt, you dress up just like your neighbor, and then you just take a rock and you fucking throw it through the window, throw it through your own window.
Through your own, yeah.
And then your wife wakes up and looks out the window, and then she sees the neighbor out in the yard dressed up in his gimp suit running away. And then you don your sweatpants and your fucking white snake shirt, and you come running upstairs like, oh, I was getting a drink. What happened? And then she's like, the fucking neighbor just threw a rock through our window. He was wearing a gimp suit. So then you look at your wife and you say, this shit is on. We're going to fuck them up. We're going to hold them down, and we're going to fuck them. We're gonna bring him in our yard. We're gonna beat the shit out of him, and we're gonna fuck him. Not the nice way either. We're gonna fuck him so hard. So then the war is on at that point. But little does your neighbor know that he didn't even really do anything. You just did that because you wanted to wage war against your neighbor, but you had to be provoked in order to do so. All the meanwhile, your wife, who was not interested one bit in fucking the neighbor up, is now about it. Oh, yeah, let's fuck him up. Let's go to his house. Let's upper deck him. Let's get 4 or 5, 6, 7 chili cheese burritos from Taco Bell. Let's eat them with hot sauce and sugar-free Baja Blast.
That sounds so good.
And then we're going to blow their fucking toilets out of the water. We're going to fuck them up. We're going to abuse their toilets. and then we're going to shit on their corpses because we're going to kill them.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're going to kill them, Nick. That's what's going to happen. That's how a false flag would go down in your neighborhood.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I get it.
Makes no sense at all. But in my personal opinion, it's the government faking an incident to hide something that's happening right before your eyes as well. That's what also a false flag can be. So if the government is, we're starting to read into the alien shit too much. The guys are coming out with videos of UFOs. We are starting to get the sniff like, hey, these guys might be here. And then, bam, a mass shooting, a school shooting. Bam, a terrorist attack. Bam, something big, loud explosion that diverts the attention of everybody to something else and gets it off the aliens. It doesn't necessarily have to be aliens. It can be anything.
No, it's got to be aliens.
It's got to be aliens.
Yeah.
But they're just trying to divert our attention off of what they don't want us to be focused on. Okay. I'll let you take this next. It's highlighted. I did this research probably fucking 20 years ago.
So let's see here. Where did the term come from? We'll see how well I can read today. The term comes from the old days of wooden ships, when one ship would hang the flag of its enemy before attacking another ship in its own navy.
Oh, dirty.
That's fucked up.
It's dirty.
Because the enemy's flag was hung instead of the flag of the real country of the attacking ship. It was called a false flag attack. Okay. See what they did there?
False flag.
Okay, that's
makes
clever.
Sense. Now you know.
Yeah.
The act of performing a false flag can be talked about pertaining to many different governments around the world. Now, some of you may remember about 80 years ago? 40, 60, 70. Yeah, the World War II was 80 years ago.
Damn, we're about due for another one.
We're about to.
What do you know?
We're right there. You're in luck. Putin's like, oh, Russell Bear, oh, fuck you. Yeah, you're ready for another one. In 1939, one of the most famous false flags ever occurred. Nazi Germany, in Operation Himmler, faked attacks on their own people and resources and blamed those attacks on the Polish government in order to justify an invasion of Poland, which we all know at the time was the spark to the wick.
Yes.
That would later be the explosion that was World War II. All right. Now, a lot of people died in World War II. It was a fucking world war, for lack of a better term. It was a world war. It was the nastiest, the grittiest, bloodiest of the bloodiest. World War II saw warfare that we had never seen before. And I love World War II. I really love all the history. I love that there's still people around that were in it and that can talk about it. It's just it's captivating. I love the topic. But that war didn't need to happen. And it all started with a false flag because Germany didn't want to just have the whole entire world looking at them with their hands on their hips thinking, you fucking goddamn fucking you know what's. I was going to say really bad stuff.
Yeah.
But when you go back to our Hitler episode, if you can Google Hitler's penis.
That's a very, very good thing to have in your Google search history.
He had a micro penis, and the hole on his dick, much like you and I, we've got a little, we've got a hole on the tip of our penis.
Yeah.
His was under the head, like a faucet, a faucet in a sink.
Little Dicky has the same thing.
You go out and come down. Who the fuck is Little Dicky?
The rapper?
The rapper?
Yeah.
He's got an upside down pee hole.
He's got a pisser from the bottom. Yeah. He's got a kitchen sink faucet. Yeah. Talks about it all the time.
Let me tell you something, ladies. When you guys are cruising for a Brickzilla, this is a good way to find a big old sausage dick. This is a good way to steer clear. Oh my God, this is a good way to steer clear of little dicks.
Yeah, you sent me that picture of Brickzilla the other day holding his dick like a little baby. I was like, man, that dude's gifted.
He's got it going on, doesn't he?
I think we talk about Brickzilla every fucking episode we do ever since we discovered him.
I'm going to help the ladies out real quick.
Okay.
You're at the bar at the end of the night, you know. It's going to happen. You're going to go home with somebody you don't want to, but you're just trying to have a good time, right? I'm going to give you, girls just want to have fun. I'm going to give you some advice on how to find the big old one. Not, go home with a little pig in a blanket. Go home with a uterus destroyer. Go home with the human hysterectomy.
Yeah.
You got to put your ear to the door when the guys are peeing. If a guy starts peeing and it sounds like he's got a 5-gallon Lowe's bucket and he's dumping water in the toilet, that means he's got a big fucking dick. Because think about it, the bigger the dick, the bigger the pee hole. Am I right?
I would assume.
God doesn't give you a huge dick and then only give you a prick of a fucking pee hole.
I think that's how anatomy works, yeah.
He gives you a huge dick,
Yeah.
and then he gives you a pee hole like a fucking quarter coin slot in a pinball machine. So when you're peeing out of that thing, it sounds like a waterfall in Hawaii. It sounds beautiful. But then if he goes in there and you got your ear up the door and the guy in there peeing sounds like maybe a mouse pissing on cotton, don't take him home unless you're ready to be disappointed.
A mouse pissing on cotton.
It's going to be real quiet, dude. You're not even going to be able to hear that pee coming out hitting the water. It's not even going to... His dick probably isn't even long enough to get it past his thumb. It's probably just going all over the floor and stuff. But listen for loud pee. Or if you take a guy home and he's like, I got to excuse myself. I got to go wash my fucking hands. And he goes in there and it sounds like he's got a fire hose spraying the toilet. Just get the fuck out of there. Bail out, because even though you got a sensitive bottom, like me, I got a sensitive bottom, but you get the fuck out of there. Just bail out of your own house.
Just opt out, yeah. Stop, drop, and roll right out the fucking door.
Just leave your own house. Yeah. Presume it's your own house. Just leave. Man,
tuck and roll.
There's also Russia. Imagine this. Russia, they conducted some apartment bombings where a series of explosions that hit 4 apartment blocks in Moscow and Volgodonsk in September 1999, killing more than 300, injuring more than 1,000, and spreading a wave of fear across the country. The kidnapping of Gennady Shpigin by Chechen rebels in March. Shpigin.
God, we're so fucking stupid.
In March 99, the invasion of Dagestan in August 1999, together with the September bombings, triggered the Second Chechen War. Vladimir Putin, he don't be fucking peeing, he be Putin. Handling of the crisis boosted his popularity greatly and helped him attain the presidency within a few months. So right there, 1999, just as recently as 1999, Russia attacked their own fucking people.
Man.
In the spirit of making their people buy into war.
Dude, those Dagestanis are bad motherfuckers, man.
I'll beat the fuck out of every single last one of them. Line them up.
Every fucking Dagestani that's in
yeah.
every Dagestani that's in the UFC is a fucking killer.
Line them up.
Dude, they're fighters, man.
I put them all in neck choke holds.
They already got like neck beards. They have like the no mustache beards.
Oh, those are scary. Those guys got a chin.
Yeah. Khabib was. I'm pretty sure Khabib's a Dagestani.
Was he really?
Hamzat Chimaev, I think he is.
Literally the baddest dude that's ever walked the planet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those dudes. I might be wrong, but
I'll mop the floor with
I'm pretty sure they're
dudes.
Dagestanis.
They choke my fat ass.
They're
out.
fucking bad dudes, man.
You watch Patty?
Dude.
He's a dog, man.
Love that
Did
dude.
you watch the press conference? He's eating pizza.
They brought him out a whole fucking pizza. Yeah,
he was smashing it.
Yeah, and they said one of the guys asked him, if you don't know who Patty the Batty is, you gotta look him up. One of the guys was like, so whenever you're not training, do you miss the 6-pack? And he's like, oh fuck no. He's like, I'd rather be fat than happy than skinny and miserable.
His accent is thick,
dude,
man.
Yeah, he's got a super thick English accent.
I don't know. Is he from Ireland?
He's from London, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know what fucking hobbit hole he lives in.
He might be from Ireland.
Yeah, I don't know what hobbit hole he lives in, but he's got a thick accent.
Did you see that Molly what's her McCann? Is that her? Yeah, Molly McCann.
Gnarliest back spinning fucking
women don't get knocked out like that.
Whew.
That was like
they do.
Right there they did. Yeah, that was gnarly, and she was hurt too real bad. And she came back. I love the fight game, dude. Love the fight game.
Rest in peace. Okay, so are we possibly living in a false flag right now?
Hell yeah, always.
Going back to the very beginning. So I did this research right at the beginning of COVID.
Mm-hmm. It was that long ago.
There was a lot of uncertainty in what was going to happen. There's still a lot of uncertainty about what's going to happen. Now, in the spirit of not sounding too political, we're going to sound political in this episode.
You kind of can't help it.
I'm just going off of what my experience has been and what I've seen other people's experiences have been. Now, with what would they... So COVID was allegedly made in a laboratory and was released by whomever. There was this...
China.
Wuhan scientist... China virus.
China.
There was allegedly a scientist that had come out and leaked all the information.
From eating the fucking bats, man.
She's all on the run. Now, I saw... Now, for 1 second, this guy was wearing a hidden camera, and he was walking around in one of these wet markets where this shit allegedly came from. You know, some people say it came from a wet market, which is such a nasty fucking name.
Sounds gross.
Take my ass to the dry market. I'm not going to the wet market.
Everything's wet.
Fuck. But then some people say it came from a laboratory. I don't. And people will argue about this. You're fucking wrong. Joe sucking fucking Joe Biden dick. Fucking probably not. He probably doesn't got a very good dick on him. Not a very good sausage on him. Probably got a better sausage on Kamala.
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah.
I saw this guy had a hidden video camera walking around a Wuhan wet market. Woo! It could have very well came from one of those motherfuckers.
Wild shit.
There was boa constrictors laying there with their heads cut off, coiled up like
shit.
Dude, 100-pound boa constrictors, not even little snakes.
Yeah, those are big fuckers.
And they're like, oh, that's good meat. Like, fucking, give me a pound of that shit.
What would that taste like?
There was boas, there was dogs, cats, all of them dead, chopped, laid out. Fucking everything that you're not supposed to eat, well, that you don't eat here in America. I don't know what... you ever see that billboard where it says, I draw the line about right here?
Yeah.
Where I stop eating. I'm not doing horse meat.
I'd eat a horse.
No, I wouldn't, buddy.
Yeah.
If
times are tough.
Yeah,
I don't think I could eat a dog or a cat.
No, I couldn't. They're just too close of a companion. I couldn't. Frog. I could do frog legs.
I've had frog before.
Here, it just tastes like chicken.
Yeah, a lot of meat tastes the same. Like once you get down to it, like gator and shit like that. And ostrich.
Nonetheless,
shark. I've had shark before too. Duck.
Swordfish. I've had swordfish. That's pretty good.
Yeah, duck's all right.
Yeah, greasy.
Yeah, it is really greasy.
Yep. I think that I don't know where it came from. I'm not a scientist. I'm not well read about this stuff. I do think that it could have come from one of those wet markets because I saw it. I said, God damn, what the fuck is that? And I think it also could have very well came from a laboratory.
Yeah, what's the... Why am I brain fart now? What's the big secret laboratory that's on the island? They say they research all the fucking... Oh,
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember, though.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It's got, like, all, like, the viruses and everything. Like, they have... It's, like...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's right at the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I know. I keep wanting to say Ellis Island, but that's definitely not it.
That's not it at all.
No.
There's a lot of wild... And, you know, we've dealt with the masks and the social distancing. Right now, I don't know if you're aware of it, but there's another COVID variant, B2, whatever, that's popping up over in Europe and China, and they're starting to toe the line of more lockdowns again after they just got out. It's a variant of the Omicron, but listen, I understand.
Plum Island.
There we
go.
Yeah, we've done an episode on that.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it. It's driving me crazy.
We did an episode on that one. I think, I don't know, man. I was one of the first ones that stood up and said, I don't care what the fuck is in the vaccine. I don't care if it's they shred up Monopoly money and put that in there. And that's what it is. Mm-hmm. I said, give me the shit so life can get back to normal.
If it helps, it helps.
And it wasn't about, in my opinion, it wasn't about control, or it wasn't about me laying down and being a sheep, as some people like to call it. I just wanted the shit to be over, man. I wanted to get my life back to normal. So I got the vaccine right away. I got my second shot of Moderna. I never really got sick from the actual shot.
Yeah.
And then the day that I could get my booster, I got my booster. You know, I mean, within a week of being eligible. But I have I have not had COVID this entire time. I've not had COVID. But ever since I've got these fucking vaccines, I've done nothing but be sick. I've had I've had 4 fucking colds since then.
Yeah.
Where I just get deathly sick with a fever and chills, and I don't ever get that with a cold. And then I go to the doctor, like, you just got a cold. And I'm like, you got to figure out something is going on with me. But then at the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm getting my shit, I'm getting my shots like they want us to do, so I can be a good, I can be one of the people that say, I'm doing my job, I'm doing my part. But I certainly see why some people are resisting at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what's in it. I don't know what it does. And you got someone like me who just gets it because you feel like it's the right thing to do. And then all I do is get fucking sick. I haven't got COVID, but I've had 50 fucking colds. I've had bronchitis. I've had everything since I'm usually not someone that gets sick a lot. And all I've done is get sick since getting these fucking shots.
Yeah, I mean...
So I can understand both sides of the fence, man.
It makes you wonder, but I mean, like, in the long run... I mean, who fucking knows how crazy this thing would have gotten if we didn't have them, or whether you have them or not. Shit, but I mean, who's to say that, in playing devil's advocate here, who's to say that the shots are what did it, and not just everybody catching it and getting the antibodies or whatever. What they call it? After you've gotten it, is it the antibodies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immunity.
Well, I wouldn't say immunity, because I'm sure you could still get it again after you've had it, but
I mean, I don't know.
You never know. I mean, it could just be so many people have it. That have had it, that we're all like, okay, our immune systems are used to it now.
I respect both sides of the argument.
Do what you want to do. If you feel more comfortable getting it, get it. If you don't,
some people just
stay the fucking side.
Some people just don't like to be told what to do.
That's true too.
Get that.
Especially by the government.
I'm at that point now where I'm just like, leave me the fuck alone.
Huge distrust of the government. So I get it.
I got the shot, and all I do is stay sick.
Yeah, I got a lot of people that I know that are in the medical field, and they didn't want to get it, but were forced to get it. Yeah. They said, I see no reason for me to get it. I don't know what the fuck's going on, what's in it, what it's going to do to me 10 years from now. But, I mean.
But yet here we are eating each other's asses on the weekend.
Exactly.
Fucking knows, man.
I was never really worried. I mean, I was like, if I get it, I get it.
But I'm just not.
Which I did.
I'm not passionate about it.
I'm not either.
It's not passionate.
Nah, man. Do what you want to do. It's not political to me at all. And that's I think that the people that really get into it, I think it's a political affiliation.
Oh yeah.
It's them, holding their flag and
which is fine.
Putting it in everybody's face. Yeah, do what you want to do. I don't care.
Yeah, the only thing I'm passionate about is spread my wife's fucking butt cheeks. She's gonna find the fuck out later too. So to reiterate, a false flag is an action carried out by a person or group like a government or cabal that is blamed on someone else to achieve a subversive goal. False flags pose imminent threats to the security of a populace, when in fact they're usually committed by the group's own government. And that takes us to Infowars.com. Alex Jones, they try to take me off the internet, but here I am every weekend here on the Bro Podcast. These guys bring me on the show. I'm very thankful here to be on the Bro Podcast. We've got the Alpha Beta Bone Broth here on sale from Infowars.com. He was perpetuating the Sandy Hook false flag narrative.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he pissed off the entire fucking world over that thing.
I was so deep in that whenever it was going on.
Yeah. I as well, but listen,
I totally believed it at the time.
But you and I, as children or fathers of small children, to even think for 1 second that I had to go through something like that. Man, there's some fucking fat schlub in a basement somewhere debating on whether it really happened or not.
Yeah.
And here I am standing outside my little girl's bedroom door because I haven't had the fucking heart to walk in her bedroom after 5, 6, 7, 8 years after this shit happened. And I got to listen to someone say, well, I don't think it fucking happened. I got the inside information from all the people in the know. That's where I'm like feeling bad for even reading these conspiracy theories.
He got sued pretty good for that, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. He's even regretted.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he regrets it. He's publicly said, hey, I fucked up a little bit.
Yeah. I'll say that. Yeah, publicly he's he's shown remorse for going into it.
Yeah, he has. But just that slight sliver that I could be wrong in assuming that was a false flag.
Yeah,
is why I don't buy into it too much. But We're doing a fucking episode on false flags. So we got to talk about this stuff a little bit, Rob, because it's the subject content.
Okay.
False flag conspiracy theorists are often derided as being overly paranoid, fear-mongering, and irrational, and sometimes rightfully so.
Sure.
But when it comes to being suspicious of a potentially deceitful authority, that skepticism should be warranted, especially if there is historical precedence. And often theories about government operations that sound the most heinous or absurd are those where the most scrutiny should be applied. And I've said it. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, Robert. Where there's smoke, there's fire, my friend. In our government, they've proven they've got a long track record.
Oh, yeah. They haven't set a good precedent.
No, they haven't.
Not at all.
They're just not honest about anything.
They're not very reliable and trustworthy.
I think they try to be. Yeah, there's a lot of bourbon in that one as well. I probably just overdosed.
Oh, man.
I think there's a certain element of truthfulness that they do bring to the table. But there's so much shit that we don't know because it's just a need-to-know basis. And I think even the people we think know don't know. For instance, Area 51, Roswell, Joe Biden. Not saying anything bad about Joe Biden, but that fucking guy has no idea what the fuck happened out in that desert. Yeah. I can guarantee it.
I'd probably say the good majority of the presidents since then don't know.
I think that
I'd say more so than don't than do.
I would say there's a huge majority of people that are no longer around that may have been in the know. But as for everyone alive right now, I'd say there's a very small amount of people that know what happened at Roswell. And the truth is probably locked in a vault somewhere in a notebook, on a thumb drive. And then if you were I was a senator from Ohio.
Sure.
And we say, all right, we want to go find out about Roswell. And we get to that desk and submit our form for, we want to read about Roswell. They're gonna be like, who the fuck are you?
Right.
And why the fuck do you want to read about this?
It's got to be a need to know.
And then you're going to be like, well, I'm a fucking senator.
Yeah.
And I have sex with little boys on the weekend. We eat pizza. I have dirt on George Bush himself. And they're going to say, that's not good enough. Get the fuck out of here, you Pizzagate motherfucker. Just not enough, And I don't know who controls that key and lock, but somebody does. Man, I'd just like to. That's what we should do. We should start breaking into places. We should start breaking into
sweet.
Government vaults.
I'm still waiting on Donald Trump to produce all those JFK records he said he was going to.
Yeah, he failed.
It's so funny. I mean, you can literally promise anything to get into the office, but I mean,
yeah, man.
Your ability to be able to do that stuff, it's just because you're the president doesn't mean you can literally do anything.
Yeah.
You know how many you're pretty much just like a scapegoat. There's other people that are way more in charge. Yeah, you're not in charge like you think you are.
Well, then as President Biden said, we're going to build a bigger big bag.
My legs are hairy.
I got hairy legs. That was a good one, dude. He said the kids used to swim up to me and they see the water glistening on my hairy legs. What the fuck are you talking about, Joe?
Dude, I love listening to him talk. It's so fun.
Good. It's fun. Yeah, it's like riding in a car with no seatbelt.
He's so memeable. It's like it's so great. Yeah. He's like a Sesame Street puppet.
He's a cutie.
he's like one of those old fuckers that sit in like the movie theater, the Muppet. That what are those dudes? What are those dudes' names?
The guys from the Muppets. I don't remember their names.
Yeah, he's like one of those fuckers.
Well, let's give you some telltale signs of a false flag event. There are some key characteristics that can be indicative of a false flag event. The catalyst is typically an explosive, spectacular event, which is followed by immediate media saturation. Of course, this is inevitable in any tragic scenario and simply the nature of the news. But there are a few warning signs of a plotted false flag. If the major news outlets are all in sync, reporting on the event without thoroughly vetting the information available, then there is a cause for concern. And I find that to be fascinating because there's so much lost in translation now because journalists are just like fucking doing everything they can to be the first one that breaks the story that they'll say anything, they'll write anything without confirming the story, just to be the first one that breaks the story.
And not only that, but then it's all about the headline too. So they'll take things out of context for the headline and then not even like elaborate on it or if they do, you know, I mean, it's something they easily gloss over.
Yeah, it's just baiting you into the article.
Exactly. It's clickbaiting pretty much.
It's been around for a long, long
Oh
time.
yeah.
Within a relatively short period of time, a scapegoat will be named, establishing an enemy with little to no trial or investigation into other possibilities. The case will be closed, government action will ensue, and on a much more subversive level, someone will reap profit. And often those who profit are large corporations or military contractors that make exorbitant revenue through war and conflict. These scenarios work best when the stakes are high. The greater the shock value, the less likely people are to question the authenticity of the event. If someone dares to question the mainstream's sanctioned culprit in a tragedy, they're labeled crazy, insensitive, or unpatriotic. Skeptics are denounced as pacifists who are unsupportive of their country in a time of attack. Those who do succumb to the hysteria perpetuate a groupthink that can be easily persuaded to allow government to restrict liberties and implement authoritarian laws. Examples of this can be seen throughout history and as recently as within the past few decades. Think about JFK, man. When he got shot, they took Lee Harvey Oswald. They whisked him away. There was very little opportunity for anybody to question this guy. There was very little access to him, but
it ripped him right out of that movie theater.
And the two main instances from our life that I remember, because I wasn't, my dad was jacking me off in the bathroom for the JFK thing. Like, not me personally, but he was probably just jacking off in the bathroom, whatever. And I was a part of him at that point. It had already been sealed in the scrolls that I was going to be part of Ashley. You know?
Yeah.
So there I was in the shower with him. But in our lifetime, two specific instances that stand out to me: 9/11,
of course,
which we're going to talk about that in a little bit, and then the Boston bombings, which we're going to talk about a little later in this episode as well. So 9/11, they're like,
was our freshman or sophomore year? Freshman year.
Beginning of our freshman year.
Yeah, I remember I was in social studies.
The explosion, the crash, the buildings falling, it was catastrophic.
Yeah.
It forever changed the biggest city in the world, the busiest, I shouldn't say the biggest city in the world. One of the biggest cities in the world.
I would say it's one of the more important cities of the United States for sure. The top two. It's New York or Los Angeles, you know what I mean?
And the buildings fell. Cars caught on fire. People were crushed. First responders
were wrecked.
People in the buildings were jumping, falling to their deaths because they had nowhere else to go. So for me to sit here and say that was fake, that would be
you can't fake that.
That would be perpetuating an ignorant narrative. But in the terms of like Sandy Hook, Pulse nightclub. What's so fucking funny over there?
You.
Okay. Those could be fake. Those could be faked. If everything went right, you could fake those. Are you laughing at the poll? What's the poll at right now?
Oh, I don't know. Let me look. We're almost 50-50.
Okay.
45-55.
Perfect. Thank
You're
you
catching
guys.
up, man.
Thanks for coming back and making me feel special.
I might have to take my vote back.
All right, reverse it. Reverse your vote. But they couldn't fake 9/11. But I remember when they were looking for the suspects, they said, "We got some fake passports that we found in the wreckage." There's no fucking way, Rob, that they found passports in that wreckage.
There's no way there's no way they found them. There's a lot of fishy stuff that's going on about the black box. Anytime you can't recover a black box, I call bullshit.
You can't get it. They couldn't find the black box, but We did find their passports in the rubble.
Makes no fucking sense. And then Building 7, that fucking makes no fucking sense.
And I'm not very well read on the 9/11 conspiracies.
Nah.
You, on the other hand,
I'm in a little bit on it.
You're in it, but you think that there was something fishy that happened.
Yeah.
I remember when I was about 19, I watched the Loose Change documentary, and after I watched that, I'm like, God damn, man, they fucking blow the towers up themselves.
Yeah.
Look like there's rockets coming out of the front of the plane and shit. What the fuck is going on? It could have all been for blood money, for oil, blood money, for whatever. George Bush trying to go back to Nazi Germany, man.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever the Germans wanted to start the war, what the fuck did they do? They attacked their own people, and the government come out and said, well, these Polish people, they attacked us, so we got to kill them back. So if George Bush wanted to go to Iraq and steal all their oil and capture Saddam Hussein, but he wanted to do it unprovokingly, he would probably be impeached, removed from office if he just said, all right, we're going to attack these motherfuckers.
And that's kind of where I lie. That's where mine... Yeah, it definitely happened, but I think we definitely jumped the gun as to who perpetuated everything.
If he needed a reason,
there you go. There's your reason.
What better of a reason to destroy, to take down the shining beacon of freedom, of liberty, of American bald fucking eagle flying through the fucking air, than hitting our World Trade Center in New York City and Manhattan, right in the heart of the United States of America. If you want to piss off the American people, man, you got to do something like that. And then I remember at the time, I didn't even know Middle Eastern people existed. But every single Middle Eastern person, every single person that was not black that had brown skin, I'm like,
light brown skin.
Motherfucking terrorist right there. And it was because of what happened. I was in a young, impressionable. Am I like that now? No. I know I'm a little more cultured than that.
You swore off El Rancho Grande and El Toro for years.
I ain't eating no goddamn fucking chalupas and churritos. I ain't eating no Guadalupes. I ain't nothing that shit no more, man.
Here's America.
Yeah. And that went for the entire country. It just wasn't you and I. Everybody was like, fucking brown people. They're they're goddamn terrorists. Get them the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And that was exactly what the U.S. government needed, was the support from the American people to say, all right. We're going over there. We're going to blow this motherfucker up. And while we're at it, I know they tore down our trade towers, but we're going to take some oil while we're over there. Just a little bit.
I've said it tons of times. There's nothing more scary than a large group of scared white people. There is nothing more fucking scary than that.
It's bad.
Fuck, dude. It's
bad.
It's crazy.
And then you think about what this small cell of terrorists, what they were able to inflict upon us. That country had nothing. Like it was nothing. I've watched Aladdin. It's one of my favorite movies. There's nothing over there. It's just fucking. Even now, I've watched the documentaries and stuff. What did we go over there for? There was literally nothing to take to do. What we're going to show them? You're just going to fucking blow up their shitty crack houses that they live in. I don't think they do crack there, but
yeah, that's too rich for their blood.
Yeah, what were we after? So it begs a bigger question: why the fuck did we even do it? What was there? But at the time, that happened, and I very much believe that I think the terrorists took down the tower. That's what, in my heart, because I have enough hope in humanity. To say, hey, I don't think the U.S. government would do that to us. I don't think they have it in them to do that to the thousands of people. And to hear the people from the planes calling and say, hey, I don't know what's going to happen, but I might not see you anymore.
Just want to let you know I love you. Tell so-and-so I love them. It's rough, man.
Heart-wrenching stuff, bro.
Yeah. I'm not... Yeah, and my whole thought on the conspiracy portion of it is... It's not that I don't think... you checking the poll? It's not that I don't think that it was a terrorist attack. I definitely do believe it was a terrorist attack. My... where I'm torn is at the fact that I think that we definitely could have done something about
Avoided it.
And the powers that be backed off and let it happen.
Okay, that's
and they perpetuated that.
That's plausible.
Yeah.
I'm not.
They let it happen to force their hand to go.
And I'm so open-minded about this stuff that I won't argue with anybody over this.
Sure.
Someone shows me a perspective that I haven't heard before that makes sense. I'll say, man, that's different. That makes sense. What if that's what happened? But I don't know what happened.
Nobody does.
Let's talk about Sandy Hook.
Hell yeah.
This is what caused Alex Jones to pretty much be banned from the earth. It's quite impressive how much they've...
Oh, dude, he went from blowing the lid off the Bohemian Grove to this. And everybody liked him like during the Bohemian Grove thing because it was like a legit thing.
Oh, Bohemian Grove?
It happened.
That motherfucker guessed curveball, and they threw curveball, and he hit it out of the park.
Video evidence.
Was up in it, doing the goddamn butt smacking, ball flapping. He was doing it all. He had Bohemian Grove nailed down. And then when he
he started sipping his own Kool-Aid, man. You don't do that.
Whenever he went to that politician, he's like, "Why don't you tell me about Bohemian Grove?"
Yeah.
And that old fat, nasty, wrinkly fuck says,
"White dude,
I do not respect you for asking me that question." I said, "Oh, that guy's definitely been in the guts of a fucking 10-year-old boy."
He hit him with, "I don't respect you."
I do not respect you for asking me that question.
He didn't say, "I don't know what you're talking about." He said, "I don't respect you for asking that."
Yeah, let's see if we can. Pull that up real quick. He's banned from the internet.
Dude, Alex Jones is a fucking character, man. Love him, hate him. He's a very interesting fella.
Oh, he's something else.
And this is it, yeah.
In the fall of 2004, while in New York to cover the Republican National Convention,
look how skinny he was.
Ran into David Gergen, the Karl Rove of 4 presidential administrations.
Okay, one last question. I read a Washington Times article many years ago where you had a comment about the organization, and then now it's been in the Wall Street Journal, it's been in a lot of different newspapers, and that's the Bohemian Grove. And back in, 1996, when you joined as a Clinton advisor, the Republicans were criticizing you, "Oh, what about Bohemian Grove?" And then you countered them by saying, "Hey, I don't run around in the woods naked." What did that mean?
Here is the before-mentioned Washington Times article. He said, "I didn't run around naked like they do."
Naked.
I don't know what quote you're referring to. I'm not aware of any quote like that. Listen, I am a happy member of the Bohemian Grove. I like the folks who come there, and it's really inappropriate for me to talk about the group beyond that. Thank you.
Have you been there for the ceremony with the cremation of care?
Frankly, I don't think that's something I need to talk to you about.
Yes.
Really?
That's right.
Well, I'm Alex Jones, and I snuck in there in 2000. I'm the guy that blew it wide open and got the video. It's been on national TV.
Well, I disrespect you for that.
There's a lot of big public officials going in there. Don't we deserve to know?
I don't know anything about you, and I don't know anything about your film. But if you go in there with an understanding, you violated that understanding by releasing that film, and I don't respect you for that.
Really? We have public officials
I'm sorry. You took an understanding when you went in there that you would not do that film, and did you have an understanding when you went in there?
No.
Did you crash it?
Yes.
Yeah, and it has no trespassing.
He's smiling.
No, they put them
Yes,
up after.
Oh, I'm
I just
sorry.
walked in.
I'm sorry, sir. I've been there before. I know what the circumstances are, and I'm sorry you violated the understandings. That was not a gentlemanly thing to do.
But what about the ritual? Is the ritual genuinely?
Oh, got him.
Oh my God.
Sir, everything I don't.
He doesn't
owe
know what
you
to
this
say.
Comment.
I know. I appreciate it.
This is what's called ambush journalism. And I disrespect you for
Kinda
that.
is.
Thank you. Goodbye. That's none of your damn business.
Oh God! He hit him with a...
That's right. Listen. You go around and make understandings with people and violate them. You ambush people on the streets when that's inappropriate form of journalism.
His hairline
If you
makes me
wish
feel
to
better about
practice
mine.
that, that's fine. But don't ask others to respect you for it.
I don't think he's asking for respect,
You're a
brother.
free American, like anything you want. If you want to be uncivil and rude and ungentlemanly, that's up to you. But don't expect the rest of us to say, "Oh well, you're one."
Ungentlemanly.
I'm sorry, nobody sets policy in there. We try to be gentlemen, and obviously
Try to be.
Try to be.
Coming out here? Yeah, that is a three-pointer.
Oh, fucking Alex, man.
Yeah, buddy. So that was the Bohemian Grove, and he blew the fucking lid off of that.
Yeah,
one,
we did. That was a while back when we did our episode on that, but yeah,
and he was
good times.
He was right about it.
He was right. Yeah, you can't argue with the facts there.
But unfortunately,
He swung hard. He tried to stack the deck in his favor on this one, and yeah, definitely
He does. He's done
shot
some
himself
really
in the foot.
dumb shit since then.
Yeah.
As you've heard before, on December 14th, 2012, Adam Lanza shot and killed 20 kids and 6 staff members and ultimately himself. On his radio show, Alex Jones said that it was a giant hook, it was a giant hoax.
Yeah.
It was synthetic, completely fake actors, and it was manufactured.
Mm-hmm.
There was a video circulating that's since been banned that I could not find.
Man, I've seen so many videos on this. I've watched so much shit on Sandy Hook.
If you go to DuckDuckGo, don't go to Google because it won't bring back anything. Go to DuckDuckGo and type in Sandy Hook false flag.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple different pages right in the top 5. The one guy has got fucking 150 things lined up of things that don't make sense. And like I said, I feel so dirty and disgusting for even thinking for a moment that was fake, that was fake. Because if in the event, which I presume it's real, and I could never imagine losing my child in that manner.
Yeah.
It just hurts my heart to think that there's people out there that doubt that happening, and the parents that went through it have to deal with the unvalidation that they would feel. You know, there's like you're already going through the worst thing you've ever gone through in your entire life, but for them people to look at you and say, that didn't happen, that's fake.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people and a lot of things to blame for it. One of which being the media and how fast they were to tell a story and not get all of their facts straight. It was just like you said, it was the fastest to put out the story, and they were putting out a lot of incorrect information that pretty much laid the path for anybody who wanted to find cracks in the story, and they pretty much paved that way for them.
One of them,
a lot of things,
like what you pointed to about the quick, I guess the quick release,
quick draws
from the media. There was a video that pointed to a report that the weapon Adam Lanza supposedly used in the shooting was later found locked in the trunk of his car. So if he indeed went through the school and killed 20 children and killed 6 adults, and then fortunately for all of us, killed himself, how did the gun that he used get into his locked vehicle?
Yeah.
How would that have happened?
Yeah.
So the gun that he was alleged to have used was in the trunk of his car, locked up. This report was based on early erroneous journalism, if that's what you believe, caused by the rush to break the news of the tragedy to the public. The confusion was later cleared up by the police. Adam Lanza used a Bushmaster AR-15 style rifle in the attack, according to Connecticut State Police Lieutenant Paul Vance, and he also had 2 handguns with him. The weapon found in Lanza's trunk was a 12-gauge shotgun that he didn't use that day.
Yeah.
And
I believe someone, and I think it may have been, I haven't looked this up in a long time, so I may be wrong. There was a lot of people that they made pretty much a big joke about during this entire thing, and one of which was the I don't remember if he was the coroner. He was like of that town. He was somebody that worked with.
I think it was the coroner.
The coroner. They made a complete joke out of him because he was saying stuff too, and they pretty much said like they tried to put him as like being a plant, and he said like that there was shotgun blasts, and they approved obviously that the shotgun didn't come out of his car, and then he was one of the many people that that were speaking out of their asses pretty much.
The coroner reports weren't released, I don't think.
No.
I can't, and I could be wrong about this, so chew me up if you need to. But there's also a report that the coroner wouldn't allow the parents to see any of the bodies, that they would only show them pictures of the bodies.
Yeah, I think I heard that too.
They wouldn't let them, and this is, I got these from dark back pages of the internet. This is stuff that I cannot confirm. These are just what people are alleging. And they're also alleging that out of the 26 people that were killed, not a single person had an open casket for their services.
That's true, yeah.
I can't confirm that either because I wasn't there. But why would that be the case? And that's kind of morbid and weird. And oh my, dude,
yeah,
I know. There's people out there that are affected by what happened at Sandy Hook, and their lives will never be the same.
Yeah, and I couldn't imagine.
And they will have to deal with this fucking shit for the rest of their life.
Yeah,
because of this senseless, mindless fuckhead. But then that also goes along with the false flag narratives when every time someone, Adam Lanza and then the guy from the Batman movie theater in Aurora, that shooting, these guys are in like intense psychosis. They're medicated. They're guys that fit the mold of like a Manchurian, MK Ultra.
I always think
mold.
That's always convenient, right? It's always the guys who had no friends and nobody talked to them. They were the loners. They were the the quiet type.
They're always all doped up on pills to keep them from fucking killing themselves. And
it's like the perfect picture of a scapegoat. Not saying that they are, but I mean it's always those people.
But that's the thing, man. If you find a recipe for if you got a recipe for a burger.
That's true.
Every single time you make that burger, everyone's like, God damn, that burger is it, man. Every single time you make it.
No, yeah.
So if the recipe works, you're going to use it every time.
I get it.
And if for decades now, the American people have been like, crazy person shot up a school. Guess I'll go to work tomorrow. Yeah. And they don't ask any questions.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the old saying, right?
So, yeah. But then we're just being devil's advocate right now.
Sure.
Because we don't know. All we can do is speculate.
Yeah.
And that's all we're doing is speculating.
And I honestly think 90%, probably maybe even more than that, of the major conspiracy theories that came from this was done, and I should say we can put blame on the media for it.
Yeah.
They tried so hard to get so much stories and to milk it those fucking teats for all that they could, that it just it blew up in their faces essentially. Because I mean, how many times did you see the one dude who took in all the kids whenever they were running, and he was the one that ended up being like a screen actor or whatever, and he was one of the ones that everybody said was a plant.
Crisis actors.
Yeah, crisis actor. Yeah. Because he had like performed in like local theater productions and shit. And
also on these websites, there's this guy that documents 2 to 3, 4 years leading up to the day of the shooting, where the school wasn't even fucking open. Like it was closed. And this is what I don't think it's true. I don't know if it's true, but that's what these people are investigating, and they're doing the research and the legwork, and they're putting it out there. So some people just put things out there just to get likes, clicks, views, downloads, whatever. But then some people are really trying to further a narrative that they believe in.
Right.
This guy doing the legwork and saying that school wasn't even a school.
Mm-hmm.
So
and I mean they said the same thing like with the same thing that happened there. They said they also did a 9/11. So there was a rumor that the month before 9/11 they would do a terrorist attack simulation, and they were preparing everybody just in case if something would happen, what they would do. And then it happens. And then at Sandy Hook, supposedly within the months of Sandy Hook happening, they were doing a drill at that school as if there was an active shooter. What would they do in that situation? And everybody's like, timing seems kind of sus.
There's so much hearsay associated with that.
Yeah, but then you don't know. That could have definitely been something that was made up, and that's something that that if you're looking for a spark, if you're one of those people that just you want something to kind of go against the narrative, if you give them a little bit, that's all you need. That's all those people need.
Anything can look fishy if you spin it a certain way, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's what happened with Sandy Hook.
And that's another thing that sucks about like these situations is that you get, whether you're watching a YouTube video, whether you're listening to Alex Jones, whatever, you're getting one side of a narrative that person's feeding you. And this is what suckered me in whenever I was, whenever this was going on and I was younger and I was getting real deep into it and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, it's an inside job. There's definitely nobody died, blah, blah, blah. you're hearing one side of a story. They can paint the picture any way they like with stuff that you may not even know is a fact. You're not getting someone that knows both sides, that's debating, that's, telling you, well, that's not right because this actually happened, blah, blah, blah. And it's, it's one of those things, like, you're hearing the one side, and so if you hear that one side for so long, you're going to be like, it has to be the way that it is.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be right. If you can talk it, and if you make yourself sound like you know what you're talking about, to a lot of people, that's going to...
A lot of people listen and buy into it.
That's going to hit.
But then you also have to talk about why, so in the event, okay, so all we've talked about is, hey, Sandy Hook might have been fake, which is not what I believe, but that's all we've talked about.
Not at all. Yeah,
thus far. But why would they have faked an attack like this? And at the time, we were very much in the thickness of a back and forth over
automatic weapons. Yeah, gun control.
Gun control.
Gun control was a huge thing.
And in the event that they wanted to take an AR-style rifle and they wanted to ban it or make it to where you couldn't buy it anymore, what type of event would you have to do? What type of event would make everyone say, oh, my God, we can't have these things anymore?
Dead kids.
Dead children.
Via an automatic weapon.
Well, I think it's more so the AR-style rifles. But
semi-automatic weapons, yeah.
And I don't know a lot about gun control. I do know I'm not a fucking gun fanatic or a gun addict or whatever.
Yeah, and if you guys are listening not from America, I don't know if you know this or not, but us Americans love guns. We love guns.
We just have a lot of them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
so this was done to further, I guess, they want people to register their guns and to ban certain firearms. So did it work? There was some I don't know. There were some formerly unturned stones that were turned over, but you can still buy these rifles. You can still do this, and you can still do that. It didn't change a whole lot.
Anytime anything like this happens with any sort of weapon, there's always a call for gun control. Yeah. But there's too many out, and there's way too many. I mean, I don't care what other country has successfully done it. I think Australia's, they did theirs. I think they're like, no, you can't have any guns or anything. Like, there's a lot of countries that are like that.
Too many fucking guns in this country.
But yeah, there's no way you can get all the guns. There's no fucking way. You know how many hillbillies we have in this country?
Yeah, and it's not even hillbillies. It's just people that want to exercise their right to own a gun and to defend themselves in the event that something happens. And then
some people's arsenal costs more than their fucking house.
Yeah, and some people ask, so why do you have a rifle? Why do you have this military-esque rifle with
military grade
scope on it? And and then usually the person's answer is, because I fucking want to.
It's my fucking money, and if I want to buy it, I can buy it.
But I'm not one of those guys. So,
but then here we are as a country supplying fucking guns to fucking Afghanistan and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those guys like, because I fucking want it.
Yeah.
You have to look no further than what is going on in Ukraine right now. Why do we need to have arms? Because one day,
please.
Yeah.
And thank you.
One day, a foreign country could roll up on the coast of Florida and say, we're taking this motherfucker over.
Yeah.
And if the government has taken all of our guns, then we won't be able to defend ourselves. Mm-hmm. So I can understand both sides of it.
Sure, I can too. Yeah.
And I hope that I don't want to come across as one of those fucking guys, because I'm not one of those guys. I believe in CCW and all that stuff. And
legally obtaining the weapon.
I also believe that we got to do what we can to fucking keep guns out of the hands of people that shouldn't have guns in their hands.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Yep. So
I'm all, yeah, fucking have a gun if you want one.
I'm going to fucking suck my dick as soon as this is all done. Sorry, I'm making Rob a drink right now.
It's okay, man. They understand. I've already eaten half my ice out of there, so it's
we gotta get rid of your ice.
It's almost gone, man.
Yep. All right, our next one is Our next one is COVID, but we can skip
kinda
over that.
touched
We
on it.
kind of talked over that. But then there's also the Holocaust, which is said to have been a false flag as well.
Mm-hmm.
God.
The Holocaust. I'd like to listen to that podcast.
That's a real thing.
I'm sure it is.
No, the Holocaust, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, we've talked to him before.
Have we?
No, we haven't.
Oh,
I think
okay.
we've messaged.
That just sounds racist.
I can't remember the name of it. It left me.
Okay.
But there is the narrative that the Holocaust was a false flag. I think there are 3,000 tons of German paperwork that outline all of the Holocaust. According to a survey conducted by the Anti-Defamation League, 2/3 of the world's population hadn't even heard of the Holocaust or think it never happened. People aged 65 and younger and those living in the Middle East and North Africa were the most likely to be doubters.
That's crazy.
Deniers typically hold that the scope and the killing methods were greatly exaggerated in order to garner sympathy for Jewish people. Those who claim the Holocaust is a flat-out myth agree with British author David Irving, who said, "I don't see any reason to be tasteful about Auschwitz. It's baloney. It's a legend."
Wow.
And
Holocaust deniers, man. That's something I could never get behind.
fucking atrocities that happened.
You know what?
Those concentration camps.
If they're let's take those numbers. What was it? 3 to 5 million people or something that died in the Holocaust?
I'd have to look it up.
Let's look it up real quick. So Holocaust death toll.
How many died in Holocaust? I can spell it right the first time as well. Let me make sure I'm not.
Okay, so 1.3 million sent, 1.1 died. 1.3.
1.3 million were sent to Auschwitz.
Okay. Oh, that's just Auschwitz alone. Holy shit.
5 million.
Okay.
5 million Jews.
What I say, 3 to 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're close.
So I was close. So okay, let's play.
God.
Let's do it easy. So say if that 5-6 million people that were sent to concentration camps, let's say it was only 30 to 50,000. That's still way too fucking many.
Oh,
I don't care. I don't care how many people. Yeah, 1 to 300 is way too many. Like
5 million people died. You know
Yeah.
how many were probably imprisoned? Triple, quadruple,
yeah,
5 times that.
it's fucking crazy.
I don't know how many people it actually was, but God. Yeah, that's one. That's one I can't get down with, dude.
No, man, I can't.
Holocaust deniers.
Yeah, I don't care if you want to say the numbers are inflated or whatnot. It doesn't matter. People shouldn't be treated like that in the first place.
Yeah.
Just because you're fucking. I don't care if you're, what you are. Like that's wild.
Now Jurassic Park, they got it right. Keeping those dinosaurs locked up like that.
Well, yeah,
They got it right.
man,
But, the Nazis, not so much. They didn't have it right.
not at all.
Now this next one is one that was
Oh yeah,
very dear to my heart. The Boston bombing. And I was glued to the television
yep.
when they finally trapped those 2 fucking rats. And the manhunt that went on, that was good television. That and the Christopher Dorner thing from L.A. where the disgruntled former cop from L.A. killed the prosecutor's daughter, I think it was.
Oh shit.
And he was on the fucking. They had him up in the mountains. And
I don't remember that.
Yeah, this is probably 10 or so years ago. They had him cornered up in the mountains, and they lit his cabin on fire. And
Sweet.
he was fucking fighting with the cops from the cabin. Dude, it's a good.
Man.
It'll be a really good episode for us.
Hell yeah, that sounds fun.
He definitely had puffy nipples. Had big old floppers on him. What was my wife watching the other night? I think it was Temptation Island. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Am I still going?
I think that's what it was.
Huh.
There was some guy on there with trash can lid nipples. They were the nastiest looking fucking nipples I have
that's big.
ever seen. The dude was kind of jacked, had a good physique, but then he had these big old baloney floppers on him. And I just said, what happened in your life that made you have those nipples?
Yeah.
I used to get a real hard time as a kid because I had inverted nipples. I would go to take my shirt off, and people
These things are like Tic Tacs now, there, brother.
yeah, and I would take my top off. I say take my top off like a chick with fat tits.
Like you were in a bikini.
I would take my brassiere off. People are expecting, you know, just chiseled granite, and then I'd flop out these little inverted nipples, and everyone would say, "What the fuck is wrong with him? What's going on with his body?" My my older brother, he used to do this to me. I'd walk around the house in like my pajamas and no shirt.
Yeah.
And he would always take his finger and try and push my nipple in even further because they already like until I hit puberty they were inverted, and he would walk up and try and push them further into my body.
He'd hide M&Ms
and
in
then
there.
he would pretend like his finger got stuck. He'd be like, "Chinese finger trap!" And he'd act like
man.
He'd act like his finger is stuck in my doughy nipples, and I always try like start trying to kick him in the balls. Foof, foof. Man, he was an asshole though.
We had a friend growing up who had like this is a little bit different, but he had a super deep and hairy belly button. Right, you're taking a drink. And we'd always fuck with him. He'd walk around without a shirt all the time, and we'd always stick our finger in there. I fucking swear, you'd pull it out, and it'd be like,
"Oh, cavernous, dude."
It's fucking deep. Like, bro, I touched your intestines, man.
I've gone a couple days, gone camping or something, and I smell my belly button. There are some very interesting smells that
man.
going on inside of a belly button.
Isn't it weird? Belly buttons are weird.
They're nasty.
They're so weird.
What the fuck is behind a belly button?
I don't know.
Is it just a balloon knot?
It's just right to your butthole.
It's just another butthole.
Yeah, it's one balloon knot to another balloon knot.
Yeah, what the fuck is on the inside of a belly button?
I don't think there is anything, is there?
There'd have to be.
No.
There would have to be like a really tight butthole on the inside of your body.
Maybe. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. So is a belly button just a scar? Is that all it is?
Yeah, it's just like where your umbilical cord was.
I know what the fuck goes in there, Rob. I've had kids.
And here's another thing I want to know. So say you get one of those shitty doctors who ties it like an asshole and you get an outie. Can you sue that doctor later in life because they gave you an outie and you aren't happy with it?
I think that
or is that something your parents sign, like saying, "Hey, if I fuck this kid's belly button up"?
I don't know, because when you're there at the hospital, I don't know if there's like a collective
Outies
thing
are weird.
the doctor and the nurses say. They're like, "All right, let's huddle up, guys. She was a real fucking bitch.
We're gonna give her an outie.
We gotta find a way to fuck this kid up. Anybody got any ideas?" "Yeah, let's just kill it." "No, we can't do that. How about we tie its belly button really far outside of its body?" And the doctor's like, "Bingo, that's what we're doing.
Oh, man.
We're gonna give it like a nipple. We're gonna give this baby a belly nipple. And we're gonna fucking tie it.
Man,
we're gonna give it a bulb on its stomach."
There's this I don't know why, but like where I used to work, it was a call center, and that area of Dayton was like the call center capital of the fucking world. I swear, like for major companies, there was a lot of people that used to work there that worked at the Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
Just like if you left Victoria's Secret, you came over to us, or vice versa. Yeah. Not that I did. It's not my thing, but
right. It is your thing.
Like, yeah, let me tell you what to get up. There was everybody would talk about the same guy, like that were everybody that I knew that worked there. They would always talk about the same guy who would always call and would try to get this was majority females that worked there, that at the Victoria's Secret customer service place, of course.
Okay.
He would always try to get them to say belly button. And he was like an older guy, and it like would turn him on. He would get his kicks just to hear people say it. And I'm like, man, there's a kink for everybody.
Well, I was hoping to get my wife a pair of those underwear that covers up that hole on her stomach.
What's that called?
I'm sorry, sir. What are you talking about? "Oh, I like her to wear those high top, cover up her muffin top. There's that divot right there your navel is." "Are you talking about your belly button?" Fuck.
He's just like,
that would not be very, what's the word I'm looking for? That would be hard to masturbate to. Waiting for that.
You're just like waiting like for the climax to happen.
Belly button.
And like, I wonder if you say navel, if it just fucks them all up.
Dude, there's some weird kinks out there, man. That's just one of them.
Dude. Weird.
Yeah, there's shit that we don't even know about, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about, a nice stomach. I'm cool with that, but like, I'm never gonna be like, "Fucking say belly button, bitch." Fucking say it, I dare you.
Me and my wife do is I get naked,
man.
and she puts a diaper on me.
Okay. I'm still there.
And then I shit in it. Just nothing serious, just like a little skid mark.
Yeah. Just a little poopy boy.
And then she changes me. And then when she takes my diaper off of me, I start acting up, trying to get away.
Yeah. Kick your legs and
like a
arch your back. Yeah.
Get shit on the bed.
And just a little diarrhea boy.
And then she's just, she's just a tired babysitter who's had enough. She's been babysitting me for next to nothing.
Yeah, sure.
Inflation is up.
Oh, yeah.
My mom isn't giving her the best money for watching me.
Gas is expensive.
I'm a really bad kid.
Yeah.
I'm always shitting in this diaper. I'm a big fucking kid, too.
It's like all he does is poop.
Like some babies poop a little bit. When I'm that baby, I shit like a Snicker bar.
Yeah, it's just an anal evacuation.
So then she rips the diaper off me. It's just full of shit. I'm not even done yet. And she starts beating me with the fucking diaper full of shit. Just like over the head. It's like a mallet in a cartoon. She starts beating me over the head with this diaper. And as soon as she starts hitting me with that diaper and the poop goes flying all over the house.
Oh, man.
I just start fucking ripping it. I start jacking off so hard.
Oh, man, I got a funny story, too, after you're done with yours. It just made me think of it.
Okay, yeah, mine was all made up, but go ahead with yours.
This is a real story.
Okay.
So this is right after I got done working at the jail. I had a buddy who
used to wear a diaper.
I worked at with. No. He would always come over to our house, and this was at our old house. And this is when my oldest son, who's 13 now, he was still diaper age, so he's 8, 9. No, he was like 1 or 2.
Hey, he's a big shitter though, buddy.
So, this isn't a shit story; it's a piss story. But still, okay. He had he'd been running around and he needed his diaper changed, and he was like, he never kept his diapers on. He was a nudist,
big time shitter.
So, and this went all the way until he was old. Like, not that he was a nudist, but he would come through the door, and like whenever we had him at Catholic school, he would take off his uniform and just run around the house in his undies.
Yeah.
He's just being a man, just doing what he wanted to do.
Catholic school shit.
Yeah, just doing stuff they do in Catholic schools. He's used to seeing it.
He's coming to get me again.
And yeah, I'm not Catholic. I think I've talked about this before, but yeah. Anywho, so he had this diaper on, and he was like one of the weird, like it was cool. That's how we knew he needed potty training, because he would piss once in his diaper and he would take it off. Yep. So we knew, like, okay, yeah, we gotta. Boys suck to potty train, by the way. It's awful. Be glad.
Never had it happen.
Yeah, be glad. It takes forever. They're fucking stupid. So we were all sitting there. He was playing in his room, and then me, my wife, and my buddy we were all like hanging out in the living room together. I was sitting on the couch. They were sitting on another couch, and we were all watching TV. And Cooper comes out just in his diaper.
Way to use his fucking government name.
No, I don't give a fuck. Okay. His name's Cooper. He's underage still, so don't think about getting creepy. Dude, he comes out with this full ass diaper, and he has it by the little straps, that you fasten them to, and he starts lassoing it around. And bro, this fucker, it had only been like 20 minutes since we changed him last, but he filled that fucker full of piss.
Yeah.
And
them apple juicers.
Yeah, exactly. He was swinging this bitch like he was about to lasso a cattle at a rodeo. And the bottom busted out.
The beads.
And all these blue beads went flying all over my buddy. Like all over him.
The fucking the bird shot.
So yeah. So he got the lubricated piss beads.
Oh, those are bad, dude.
All over him. I think that's the last time he ever hang out with us. But
I would say so.
So yeah, he smelled like baby piss for the rest of the day. So yeah, it was a fun story.
It's fantastic.
It was fun.
Where the fuck are we?
I don't know.
Okay.
Boston bombing, I think.
On April 15th, 2013, the annual Boston Marathon both started and ended with a bang.
Oh, damn, you can't say that.
I copy and pasted this.
Okay.
The bang at the finish line was from a pressure cooker bomb placed by brothers Jakar and Tamerlan Sarnev. I can never pronounce that last.
Sarnaive, maybe Sarnave. I'll say Nave. Yeah.
The blast immediately killed 3 and injured hundreds. The bombing in Boston has a virtual cornucopia of false flag conspiracies surrounding it, with Roseanne Barr being one of the most recognizable subscribers.
Dude, I fucking love Roseanne. I love Roseanne.
I feel like she is authentic. I feel like
yes. And she, she got canceled.
I didn't say I loved her. I just said I feel like she's authentic.
No. I don't agree with the things that she said, but I love Roseanne. I think that I hated Roseanne, like the show growing up, but my wife loved it and got me loving it ultimately.
I liked it.
The show's fucking genius, man. It's so funny.
John Goodman is one of the best actors.
Oh,
of our
absolutely.
generation.
I love John Goodman.
Yeah.
And Brendan Fraser too. People always overlook Brendan Fraser. That's nothing to do with Roseanne, but
we'll sleep on the mummy guy.
No, I love Roseanne. She's a crackpot though. But
she's definitely a crackpot. One popular theory promoted by blogger Sheila Casey is that all the injuries were faked. Regarding photos of the carnage that day, Casey asks, in the lower right corner of the photo above is a bottle containing a liquid the same color as the blood now on the sidewalk. Did the red liquid on the sidewalk come out of this bottle? I don't have I should have copy and pasted the picture, but the picture was really small. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Okay.
There was a picture of the people that had been hit on the sidewalk. It's not going to come up on Google. And the bottle was kind of the same color as the blood that was all over the sidewalk. Yeah, it's not going to... I got nothing. Sorry. And I looked at the picture... And it looks like a water bottle that was possibly covered in blood. Maybe not one used to cover everyone on the sidewalk in blood. Someone quite familiar with blood, Dr. Michael Emery, was at the finish line that day treating dehydrated runners. Emery vividly recalled, quote, I don't think I can even describe it to make people realize what it looked like. To stand in the middle of that, I mean, there were just pools of blood on the sidewalk, the smell of blood, the smell of smoke, screaming, sirens. The older brother, Tamerlan, he died before police could question him, but Jakar admitted to, apologized for, and received the death sentence for his part in the tragedy.
Yeah, I'm sorry for doing that. I feel like at that point, apologizing is pointless.
And this is one of those instances when I talked about in the beginning of the episode, there were 2 events in our life
that you remember,
that I remember vividly.
Mm-hmm.
One of them being 9/11, the passports, all of that stuff. And then this one, I know you don't really get the same treatment, innocent until proven guilty, all that shit.
Yeah.
You don't get that when you're being charged as a terrorist. I don't know exactly what the process is called, but you aren't afforded the same rights as, say, the fucking cum stain that broke into my house 2 weeks ago and robbed the place.
Yeah, you're guilty until proven innocent at that point.
Yeah, and you're not afforded. So it kind of felt to me when he was going through the process that he was not really given the rights of a typical criminal, which is
I'm fine with.
But then also
at that point, fuck the Constitution. Fucking let these fuckers pay.
I get that. But then you go to tie it all together. You don't let him speak. He's just some fucking kid that no one had a problem with ever. Jakar, that is.
Sure. Yeah.
No one said that he was crazy, that he was trying to perpetuate this narrative of fucking he wanted to kill Americans. Yada. There was no breadcrumbs for that. I guess there were some here and there. But one of the most striking things for me, and
is that the one that's next to Owen Hart over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have a friend who actually looks exactly like him. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I think I've talked about it before.
Yeah. He looks a lot like him.
Very, very similar.
Yeah.
It's weird.
We haven't talked a lot about it in this episode, but crisis actors.
Mm-hmm. Which is a thing.
There's a lot of tongue-in-cheek stuff that goes along with the things that people think they know about these events. There's a lot of things about the Boston bombing that people think are fishy, that don't make sense, that don't add up. But you have to say it in tongue-in-cheek because the narrative is they took pressure cookers and they filled them full of rocks and tacks and whatever, and they blew people up on the sidewalk. But then there's the possibility of these crisis actors, which are people that are moved from crisis to crisis.
Yeah.
That, can fake being, and I've been a crisis actor before. And part of some law enforcement training that I did and part of some prison training where they legit cover you in blood and you lay there like you had your goddamn stomach blown off or whatever, and you're supposed to react a certain way, and they want you to act like it was your last seconds that you're spending here on Earth, and they have to fix you to make you better. But in the event of, let's see here, Boston, I got to find this. There was one of the most iconic photos from the Boston bombing is the guy that's being thrust down the sidewalk in a wheelchair. He's had both of his legs mangled and blown off, and all you see are the stumps of bone hanging out of his shins. It's a hard picture to look at. But then you also think about, let's see here, crisis actor, Boston. I should have had all this stuff done before.
That's okay. People love this.
Let's see if this is the
People
one.
fucking. Oh yeah, that's definitely it. It looks like he has a fucking octopus hanging from his lower body.
But then there's there's another one that goes with it. So there's the guy in the wheelchair. Is one of the.
No, that was him, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was him.
Okay.
But he looks just like. Oh man,
that's rough.
It is rough.
Billy Ray Cyrus is helping him though.
I know. Let me pull this over on OBS for everybody on YouTube.
And there goes the YouTube stream.
Yeah. Locked it out. So I can't make it any bigger than that. I don't think I can.
You get the picture.
This guy is had his legs blown off, and it's believed that he is a crisis actor. Is what the internet's reading about.
I don't know if anybody signed up to be that actor.
Or did they?
I don't know, man. That's rough.
There's a picture.
I would do a lot of stuff for money. A lot.
Okay, so
I do a lot of fucking gnarly shit for money. And I don't know if I'd want my fucking legs blown off.
Unless they were already blown off before this.
Okay.
I'm just being devil's advocate right now.
Sure. Yeah.
I legit think this guy had his legs blown off.
No one's saying that you're buying into it, but let's hear out the opposing side's views.
I gotta try and
because I'm
gonna pause the podcast.
Okay, you can do some good shit with makeup. So I'm not saying that's fake, but
I'm gonna pause the podcast. I'm gonna find it. Okay, YouTubers.
All right, YouTube, what's going on? I put a message in there saying send your voicemails of you whispering belly button to brohiopodcast@gmail.com. Belly button. Oh god, fucking shit.
Crisis actor Boston bombing wheelchair.
Let's see here. What else have we got? Oh man, these people arguing.
What are they arguing about?
Guns.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's
why do belly buttons hurt is a real question. That's a good question. I don't know. I poke mine sometimes really hard and I can feel it in my butthole. Yeah, this conversation is getting too deep for me.
Do I need to ban people?
No, not at all. Nobody's like, fuck you, you bitch. It's just
open image new tab. Alrighty.
I love you guys. You guys are great.
So, in this picture here, let me bring it over to.
Are we recording?
No.
Okay. Oh, octopus leg. Okay. Yeah, I doubt YouTube's gonna want us to go real deep into this, so nothing really matters. Fuck it.
This guy's had his legs blown off, and there's like bone and skin hanging out, and then you see his face.
He seems pretty chill. It may be shock.
It may be shock. there's a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
Right here that I can't read, but
What?
So maybe shock, but then again, where is all the blood? Like
Sure.
if you had your legs blown off like that,
But what?
there's tourniquents on his legs.
I was gonna say there's tourniquets. There's tourniquets. So I mean, is that the femoral artery that goes down the thighs?
And you would,
I feel like you'd still get some leakage. But we
sure.
can't really see.
Yeah, you can't. From afar, it looks like a fucking mess, dude.
Oh yeah, it looks like an octopus.
It looks awful. But I need to try and find.
Sorry if this is too much. Sorry guys, but yeah, it's part of the subject at hand.
Okay.
I can look at this and like not even flinch. This is literally like a 2 in my 1 to 10 scale of shit that I've seen.
All right, now here we go. Look at this guy. Was a combat veteran who had his legs blown off
Okay,
in Afghanistan with the 1st Stryker Brigade.
is it like an IED or something?
Yeah, and you look at his face, and you compare it to this guy right here. This guy had his legs blown off
Pretty similar.
long before this guy had his legs blown off.
Okay.
The only thing I can say,
They do look similar. I'll say that.
they
much.
do look similar.
They look very similar.
But
Very similar. But
this guy looks like he's blown off below the knee in the middle of the shin. This
There
guy,
you go,
This
yeah.
guy's missing everything up to
But-
the hip.
but-
It looks like
here's the thing. No,
that could be a prosthetic all the way down.
I can't. Yeah, I was gonna say I can't. I was gonna make that argument that, you know what, after his amputation they probably had to go up above the knee, but that picture on the right was before that, so it very well could be. And that the tape, to play devil's advocate, that tape where it's at could be his natural place where, you know, his legs were amputated at in the first place,
Which would match up with
and those could be a prosthetic from like the knee down. But I don't know, man. They look similar enough, but honestly, I've seen 50 different dudes that I could think of that looks like the guy, you know, in the army outfit. So
I'm blowing that up for YouTube.
yeah, I can't say definitively.
They got a lot of similar features in the face.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. They definitely resemble each other. It's fishy. And this is where the crazy, you know, part of like with where we're at nowadays, where we can look things up like this and just instantly compare two people. It's the crazy part where this is like where stuff that just fires conspiracy theories, because you could look at these two people and say, you know what, some person may look at this and be like, definitively, those are definitely the same two guys. I will say if I was to say, are these the same two people, like looking at their faces, I'd say there's an 80% chance just by looking at them, by their faces alone, that's probably the same person.
Well, you see like his brows kind of slope down right here.
Yeah.
Slope down, and you come over here and look. His eyebrows slope down.
Yeah, no. They definitely look like they could be the same people. For sure.
It's so crazy, man.
For sure.
Oh, man. I hope that, you know, this is all just for nothing.
I'm more about the dude that looks like fucking Billy Ray Cyrus pushing him.
Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart. It just might blow up and kill this man.
God damn.
Daddy, if you kill my... It's
Fuck.
true. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to do
He
that.
didn't die.
Yeah. Don't tell my heart.
Might blow up and kill this man. Fuck.
Let's get back on this.
Oh, shit.
Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky... All right, so we went to you can go to the YouTube live stream. You can see... We kind of dissected the picture, but
Yeah, we need more people to subscribe to our YouTube. Go subscribe to our YouTube. Look us up, Brohio Podcast.
just youtube.com/ or I think it's YouTube.
Just fucking search Brohio Podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But in the video, you have
Even if you don't use YouTube, just subscribe to us.
you compare the guy who had his legs blown off in the Boston bombing, which peace be with that gentleman. I hope that he's doing okay to this day.
Yeah.
And then you have a guy, a lieutenant from I think the Army,
It was the Army, yeah.
who had his legs blown off in Afghanistan. And the facial features between the two are strikingly similar. There's some differences in their legs, but who's to say that the guy, and this is me being devil's advocate,
Yeah.
Who's to say that the guy in the wheelchair from the Boston bombing it doesn't have like movie prop prosthetics?
Yeah. So if you weren't one of the people that were watching on the YouTube stream, so just to put this out, just so you know the difference here. So the person that was in the the United States Army outfit, they definitely had their legs were amputated above their knee, but the person at the Boston, or was it the Boston? Was the Boston bombing? Yeah, was clearly below the knee, and the picture of the person in the Army outfit was taken before the Boston bombing happened. So it's
wild, man.
Yeah,
it makes you think like, what the fuck is going on here?
The tourniquet was placed on the person at the Boston bombings accident above the knee, probably mid thigh, maybe a little closer to the knee than. So it was about, the tourniquet was placed at about the same spot that the other person's legs seemed to be amputated at.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the thing. Like I said, like if there's enough suspicion and enough loose ends left untied, that people that are
run with it.
Untrustworthy, have untrustworthy minds, they're gonna grab onto it and they're gonna run.
That gets us to our next one. The Pulse nightclub. Yeah. Which when I said Pulse nightclub earlier, you started giggling like
love it.
Like you had a wiener in your butt.
Anything about a gay club, I'm all about, man.
Yeah, I would love to go to a gay club and get fucked. In the
I'll say I'm still so pissed I didn't get that into that gay club whenever we went to
the Mask.
No, New Orleans. The Mask was too. That place was fucking wild.
I never went to that, dude.
No, me neither.
Okay.
My wife did go. This was before she was my wife. She did go to there was a bar downtown called, was it like 1420s or something? It had numbers in it.
That's one thing we don't really have in Dayton anymore. Nightclubs.
No, we don't. We have Ned Pepper's, which is it's just like a dance club.
I've never been there.
It's right next to Hole in the Wall.
Yeah.
And
I've never been to Hole in the Wall.
You haven't?
No.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Dude, it's the best fucking place.
Someone keeps on sending me pictures of our stickers in one of these bars. Maybe
Hunter did, and it was me. I mean, it wasn't me.
There was other people, but
no, it was Hole in the Wall, or maybe it was Ned's. It was one of the other. It's owned by the same people, but yeah, Haley from X Murder and Such works at both of them, and
nice.
Yeah, and my buddy Nick from Night Beast works at. He's a DJ at Hole in the Wall. It's an awesome bar. If you're in the Dayton area and you're not familiar with it, or if you are, go to the Oregon District. Fucking
tear it up.
Yeah, tear it up. Hole in the Wall. I think it's probably my favorite place. You can sit there, have some drinks. They have arcade games for free. You can sit there and play. It's a good ass time. They have a space bar in the back, all neon lights.
Let's check that out.
Oh, dude, it's so much fun. We got to go.
We have to go on a mandate.
For sure, yes, please. Let's go.
A mask mandate.
I love the Oregon District. It's my favorite spot. I love Dayton, dude. I fucking love it.
It's an acquired taste, okay?
No, dude, like I always hate, like I was like was like growing up, I was always like one of those kids like I can't fucking wait to get out of this town. But then like as I've grown up, I'm like
grown into it.
I'm like I fucking love this place.
It's our city.
I love it.
We run this motherfucker.
I fucking love it. It's so fun. There's so much shit to do. Like for like a small big city, there's so much stuff to do.
And it's never like too busy where it's miserable.
Yeah, exactly. Like I go to Columbus sometimes and I'm like, man,
this sucks.
It's unfucking bearable. Or like Cincinnati. Cincinnati's Dayton's just right. Just right.
Just like that.
It's like cool. It's like almost Cheers. Like it's like Cheers. Like you can go to a super busy place, but
you wanna go.
That's a super dated reference. you can always find people you know.
Yeah.
Like anywhere you go.
Some people don't like that though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're an introvert, I mean,
subliminal, just kind of, behind the scenes, off in the darkness.
Yeah.
I don't like people. Anytime I drive somewhere, people are running up and knocking on my windshield. Like, hey, Nick,
are you Nickalicious?
Are you Nick from Rohan? I'm like, get the fuck away from my fucking Ford Escort, dude. This is.
You know who I am?
Yeah, I'm going home. I'm gonna put on a diaper, and my wife's gonna beat me with it. I'm gonna shit in a diaper. And my wife's gonna beat me with it.
Oh man, I love it.
Well,
come see us in Louisville, April 23rd.
Yeah, not Dayton.
Not Dayton.
On June 12th, 2016, this is going to be a 3-hour episode. This is going to be our longest episode
I'm
ever.
fine, man. Let's fucking go.
Omar Mateen shot and killed 49 people and wounded 53 more in a terrorist attack, a gun attack, inside Pulse, a gay nightclub in Orlando, Florida. Those suspicious of false flag attacks suggest this was a planned tragedy designed to disarm Americans.
I don't know a lot about this one, so I'm excited to learn a little bit more.
The Pulse shooting also targeted LGBTQ revelers, which led some to imply that then-President Barack Obama enlisted the help of a so-called gay mafia
I'm out.
to ensure the fall of the Second Amendment.
I'm not biting on this bait.
And they're turning the frickin' frogs gay.
That line right there just fucking opted me out.
Mafias kicking in the door at Pulse nightclub, firing off rounds. The only rounds they should be firing off is in each other's butts.
Oh, man.
I haven't had a full paycheck in 5 years since Sandy Hook got me for all the stuff I was making up. They're turning the frickin' frogs gay.
Oh, Alex.
Obama doesn't get it, or he gets it better than anybody understands. It's one or the other. There's something going on. It's inconceivable, said Donald Trump in a phone interview with Fox and Friends. It's going to be huge. While he merely hinted at a secret agenda, others went further.
Of course.
And this is a QAnon thing, which, don't get me wrong, each person that belongs to a super secret society, congratulations. But the QAnon guys, I get a lot of fucking little dick energy from those fellows.
Oh, yeah.
Just a huge, if you de-pantsed them, they don't shave their pubes.
Yeah.
But their pubes stick out a little further than their wieners.
Unlike Anonymous, who has huge dicks.
Yeah, don't hurt us, Anonymous. We love you guys.
Yeah, we're on their good side.
Nothing will
supposedly.
ever beat whenever we did that episode. We shine him in a good light.
Yeah.
And then we both got text
We both
messages.
got text messages like
from like a dead hooker cell phone.
Yeah. And it was like, you guys are in our good what was it? Like our good graces, pretty much.
So that fucking rocks, dude. Don't kill my ass.
If there's anybody I want on my side, it's fucking Anonymous.
Don't give out my Netflix password.
Shout out Anonymous. We love you guys. Thank you for doing fucking Lord's work.
They're fucking Russia up too right now, which is pretty cool.
Good fucking do it, man.
Putting gay porn on their
I love it.
government site. I love it too.
I love it.
As the theory went, no one gets the job done like the gay mafia. With its infiltration of the mainstream media, they will now take up the anti-gun cause like there's no tomorrow.
Of course they will.
Well, you're putting on a wig. Okay.
Yeah, man, don't worry about me.
But the facts contradicted this theory at every turn. The shooting was clearly the result of one man's radicalization. Mateen, the shooter, with Islamist ties who died at the scene, wrote on his Facebook page the morning of the attack, quote, "Taste the Islamic State vengeance. In the next few days, you will see attacks from the Islamic State in the USA." Moreover, FBI interviews conducted after prior altercations with Mateen showed he was angry because he thought he was being discriminated against for being Muslim. During the attack, he told police he was a soldier for ISIS. These facts make this false flag theory particularly unlikely. But if you got a guy rambling on Facebook like there's going to be a fucking bloody gun attack this week and nobody did anything about it, if you see something, you got to say something.
That's true.
Everyone that read that shit let the entire fucking country down and let all those people die inside that nightclub. And the prior run-ins with the FBI where this guy says, "I'm a soldier for ISIS." He should have never been allowed to go out and do whatever he wanted to do on a Saturday night.
No.
There was all of the evidence right in front of their faces they needed to say, all right, maybe we need to do something with this guy. And like I said, in the event of terrorist threats, terroristic attacks, you kind of lose your right to a fair and partial trial, whatever. You don't get that shit anymore. So they could have very well said, it's like in prison. When you're in prison, you don't have rights anymore.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up. But
Is it bad to say that I'm okay with that?
yeah. There's some good guys in prison, but there's also some
For sure.
big shitheads.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, when I worked at the jail, like, a lot of our porters is what we called them.
Yeah, we had those.
Yeah, so, which are the people who did all the small jobs for the cells. They are pretty much the workers of that. They were, like, in charge of that cell block. A lot of those guys were super fucking cool, and I always liked them until, you know, I was like, well, I wonder what the fuck this dude's in here for. There was this one dude in particular that I like, really liked. He was, like, an older white dude, and, I looked him up, and he was like super fucking cool. He always did the job I told him to do. He was super nice to everybody. He was super nice to all the COs. All the COs liked him. And then it's like, I look up what he's in there for, and I'm like, fuck, this guy fucking sucks.
He does. I'm getting really strong Rhonda vibes from you right now.
Right.
Rowdy Rhonda.
That's my mom's name, if you guys didn't know. This is pretty much her hairstyle.
It is, dude. It's nasty. It's fucking nasty. And
kiss me.
right fucking now. Make out with my butthole. Play my penis like
well,
a
whiskey, we're
trombone.
drinking Buffalo Trace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Buffalo
for
Trace.
now.
I'm done.
Until it gets a little crazier in here.
No, it's crazy enough.
They're fucking eating each other on the table here in no time.
Columbine. Let's go into Columbine.
Okay. That's another episode we've never done.
Yeah, fuck both these guys.
No, I wouldn't. They're dead. High school
Good.
seniors Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold planned and executed a violent school attack on November 20th, 1999 at Columbine High School in Jefferson County, Colorado. The pair killed 12 students and one teacher and injured 21 more. And some of the stories from the murderous path these two took through this fucking school are nauseating, man. Just like, walking up to people and saying, do you believe in God or not? And then killing them for their answer.
Yeah, these two were just sick.
They were fucking shitheads.
Yeah.
Unless let's keep going.
No, I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that if these dudes in high school probably were like would have ran around in the same clique that I probably ran around in.
And you'd be like, dude, that's not fucking cool. You could have told him.
Corn is fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, corn is cool, man. We really shouldn't shoot up at school.
I fucking love Pantera too. No, not anymore. That's high school me. But anywho, these dudes were fucked up.
What about the placement? I can talk to you about this now.
Okay, sure.
What about the placement of Something in the Way by Nirvana in the Batman movie?
Brilliant.
It was fucking emotionally stirring,
the two times it was in there was really fucking good.
It was dreadful.
It built the atmosphere and it held that tension.
I fucking hate Nirvana.
I'm not.
I love that song though.
Yeah, I'm a more like I love Nirvana deep cuts. I love. I'm not a huge fan of like the big singles besides like "Come As You Are."
Yeah,
that's my favorite Nirvana song because it's brilliantly written.
It is.
Kurt Cobain was such a fucking good music writer. Like
he was. Man.
He was
so far
brilliant.
He kind of transcended everything.
The way he uses chords, especially like normal chords, like power chords, it's fucking crazy. It's so good,
man. He was
so good. But yeah,
unfortunately someone killed him.
Yeah, Courtney Love. But yeah, the
placement of that song.
The placement was beautiful.
It was.
That was such a good movie. It was so dark.
I liked it.
It was like super like, I don't know. It was just super like comic booky and like.
It was. It did a good job.
They did a really good job. I'm happy to see where it's gonna go.
I
will say though, I really liked Robert Pattinson as Batman. Didn't care for him too much as Bruce Wayne.
It was a different vibe. I think he did a good job of conveying how they wanted. So, typically,
the dude that played Alfred though, that dude was fucking hot.
Yeah,
that was a good looking dude.
Yeah, he was good. Typically Batman, Bruce Wayne is a socialite, like a just
clean cut.
Everyone's drawn to him.
Super attractive GQ guy.
But in this one,
he listened to My Chemical Romance a couple times.
He's still fucking going through all the shit that happened to him, which I got it, man. I understood it, and he just was still not over what happened to his family.
Yeah.
Which he did a good job of playing that side of Bruce Wayne. I'll say that for sure.
The emotion part, but yeah, I didn't see him as a Bruce Wayne, but I totally dug him as Batman, which was fucking dope. I was rooting for him for the entire movie.
All right. There was a flurry of activity between the time that Harris and Klebold entered the school and their subsequent suicides. Several students believe they saw a third shooter in the chaos, leading
in the grassy knoll
to truther.org to suggest a cover-up. The shooting was really orchestrated by the U.S. governmental agencies. The website reposted a forum discussion in which one author insisted that Harris and Klebold, quote, were long-term subjects of a variety of mind control and indoctrination experiments and projects by the government. Investigators still don't have any evidence to show a third gunman, said Jefferson County Sheriff's Department spokesperson Steve Davis. Of the students who believe they saw another boy shooting, most recanted after seeing evidence that both gunmen had taken off their trench coats during the shooting. It turns out witnesses assumed the trench-coated perpetrators and the T-shirted perpetrators were different people, but they were one and the same. Lieutenant Nicholas Volk missing... Okay, I already read that one. I think that... I don't know a lot about Columbine.
I don't either. I know... Yeah. I know the bullet points.
Mm-hmm. I never knew that there was kind of a conspiracy theory that there was a third shooter.
I didn't know that either. I knew that there was a group of people that they hung out with, and I know that the whole trench coat mafia thing was...
There was multiple people in that.
There was it was pretty much a made-up thing that I don't even think... They had a trench coat mafia, but I don't even think those two were a part of it, and they kind of just clung on to that title, and that's what they called them, because it was headline-worthy, which... Nice to see that nothing's changed since 1999.
Yeah.
I might be wrong about that, but
this is from 96.
Oh, it was that long ago? It was 96?
I think it was the senior year. My brother's, senior year of my brother's.
99.
99.
99,
Okay.
I was right.
All right, you were right. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, yeah, because we were in middle school. So we would have been in 7th grade.
Yeah, dude. God. I remember it wasn't that big of a deal when we were in school.
Yeah, I think it's because I think it was one of those things that if we were to talk to people that probably graduated maybe 3 years before us, it probably would have been like almost their 9/11. I would assume.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was a high school. It was.
I want to recant my words there. I said it's not that big of a deal. It just wasn't talked about much where we were at.
No.
It was a huge fucking deal.
Yeah. It was a huge deal countrywide, but to us in particular, I don't remember a lot of details from it because I didn't watch. I mean, much like today, I didn't watch the news back then. I didn't really care because it wasn't. It didn't happen to me.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the I didn't understand the whole gravity surrounding the situation. Like I didn't get it, so I didn't really understand.
It's a fascinating. I mean, you and I are kind of drawn to the true crime stuff, but it's a fascinating topic.
For sure.
Kind of investigate the psyche of those fucking guys.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that did get beaten into the ground. So I mean, everybody's talked about it, but yeah, it's
one day.
It's for sure. It's definitely a interesting thing that I think it'd be cool to look into since neither of us know terribly a lot about.
Yeah, and there's a lot of talk about crisis actors and all these events, and more so the Army lieutenant that we talked about earlier at the Boston bombing, but the weeks leading up to the Las Vegas country concert shooting,
Damn, I forgot that was a country concert.
There were ads put out in Craigslist. It says fun, engaging acting work in Las Vegas. I can't even read.
$20 an hour. I can see that much.
And there was a lot of, in what would normally be an ad for a crisis actor, those ads were being placed in that's another event that I know happened. Like
Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know that there's no false narrative there.
Yeah, we actually, whenever we went last year, we saw the area that it happened in. And it's crazy because that was right by our hotel.
Yeah. I shouldn't say, okay, I shouldn't say that I know that it happened. I should say real innocent people died in that event.
For sure.
But the motherfucker up inside the MGM Grand, that's what hotel it was, right?
I think so.
Or the Mandalay. Can't remember.
I think it was Mandalay.
Yeah. The dude up there shooting the guns, I don't think what happened up there, the story they're telling us, is what actually happened up there. There's even the belief that there were black helicopters swirling. People had seen helicopters, gunfire coming out of the helicopters, which I don't know about that either.
I don't buy that.
But I don't think that the everything happened exactly the way they said. No, whether it was he had fully automatic machine guns up there, not just bump stocks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That could be the difference between me. Okay, I buy that, but
right.
I just don't believe what they say actually happened up there. I do believe lots of innocent, beautiful, fucking vibrant souls lost their lives that night.
Yeah, people definitely lost their lives that shouldn't have.
And God, fuck, I couldn't imagine having a loved one go to something like that and then never seeing them walk through the door ever again.
Yeah.
That would be the ultimate heart-wrecking event to go through. But I don't think what they're telling us about the hotel room, I don't think that's how that went down.
Sure.
But I do think the people that lost their lives that night on the ground, that happened. So
I think that's respectable.
yeah, and it's another
We've gotten into this whole thing before with
another case of a false flag. The bump stocks were just on fire after that. If you want to get rid of bump stocks,
that was a huge thing. Bump stocks.
what do you do if you want to get rid of bump stocks? You have some crazy bastard who has
Access to them.
He has access to him, but no one's gonna miss him when he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows what the fuck he's doing. No one knows anything about this guy. He's just like a mysterious figure. Like there was not a lot of information about this guy. He's got some goddamn Polynesian, fucking Brazilian, Puerto Rican girlfriend. I don't know. It happens, and she goes back to her home country with a bunch of money, and she's just gone. And she's like, I don't have a boyfriend no more. That was kind of sketchy for me. And then his brother, the only person on the earth that had any of that didn't even really talk to him anymore, was just like, there's no fucking way that this guy could have done this. He never, so why? And then you start to put all the pieces together, and you're like, maybe he was just a scapegoat for something else, man.
Very well.
I hate to even say it, man, because the people that went through what they went through that night, there are people there that survived that event that might as well have fucking died because what it
for sure. You imagine how traumatizing?
To their mind and their heart, man. I feel for them. It's tough shit, dude.
For sure. I'm gonna piss.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I've been sitting here doing this leg shake dance for a while.
He's got a piss on. I want you to piss on me.
3 monsters and a whole coffee before I come here.
We'll go let her rip, Tater Chip. How's everybody doing on the YouTubes? He did suck dick as Bruce Wayne. I don't think so. Pal. Notice me, Nick. Diego Soria, I'm noticing you. Thank you for tuning in to the Brahia live stream. I love you. Finally alive. Yeah. Nick's so thick. Yeah, dude. Big old thick boy. Papa chulo. Puppy. Chupapi mignano. I'm getting sick again. I just was talking about this shit earlier in the episode. I got these fucking COVID boosters and vaccines, and all I've done is got fucking sick after this shit. And I'm getting sick again. I can feel it in my nose, my chest, and my head.
Hey, not that I'm trying to tip the scale of this voting that we have going on here, but it totally sounded like I was pissing out of a garden hose. I was super proud of the low end that piss got.
I can't vote. It won't let me vote.
Aw.
107 votes.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Wow. People think that you would last longer.
Boy, are they wrong.
It would be
I don't know.
It would be an instantaneous tie. It would just be.
I think we're probably right about the same.
We would start to hear the other one go, and then the other one would go. We'd go at the same time.
I like to say that I just have a really sensitive wiener.
I start screaming like a cheetah right before I go.
I just cry. Fuck.
All right, let's fire this thing.
Papi Muñeño.
Lynn Robin adult diaper, Nick. Yeah. What if you just wore like your special podcast pee pants and you just sit here and like your chair stunk and stuff because you just sit there and...
I was really close to pissing my pants. like that's probably the closest I've ever been to pissing my pants. I was sitting here pinching my dick underneath the table. Dude, it was pretty tight. I was waiting for a break in the conversation.
Hold on. Okay, I'm recording now.
Okay.
Rob just informed me that he was pinching his penis to keep from peeing his pants. That's
Yeah, I
how
was
desperate. We were.
I was closing the seal as tight as possible. I think my poor wiener is scarred from squeezing it so hard.
You bruised your dick.
Yeah, I had to like reach into my body and pinch it to even get it. 'Cause it was like hiding.
Did you hold it the whole way to the bathroom?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Like if I'm sitting, it gets worse. But if I'm up and walking, it kind of just like holds itself back.
Yeah, I'd like to feel that.
But then you get like that. I don't know if it's the same with females as it is for males, but I know this is definitely a thing. When we get, whether we have to piss or shit, whenever we get within a few feet of a bathroom, it hits hard, and it hits fucking angrily and aggressively.
Shit slaps.
Yeah, like if I'm like a public event and I have to go to a urinal, the second I see a urinal, it's like my floodgates almost
I gotta
open.
piss on that thing.
Yeah, it's fucking rough.
All right, this is from activistpost.com. It was an article written by Joe Wright. And he gave a list of 10 things that kind of clue you into it being a false flag.
Oh, cool.
This is all from activistpost.com in an article by Joe Wright. None of this is my opinion. These are just things you can look for.
This is Joe Wright's opinion.
In his opinion when it comes to false flags. Number one, the media covers the event. The national media doesn't care about people getting killed with guns unless they can frame it within a gun control agenda. When all the establishment media is amplifying a particular shooting, you can be certain that nefarious things are afoot.
I completely understand that.
Yeah, gun control, man.
Yeah, because I mean they're not going gung ho on gun control whenever it's like gang violence,
Stop it.
just your your normal fucking robbing or mugging, like
an everyday weekend and every weekend occurrence in Chicago.
Oh, exactly.
No toxic gun control.
Oh, well, even in some places in Dayton, I mean, it's like
you can't even buy a fucking gun in Chicago. You can,
right.
But it's a lot of red tape.
Yeah.
Some states don't even have So for instance, in Ohio, we just passed it. It goes into effect in like a little under 90 days. Constitutional carry, where now you don't need a license. You can just tuck a gun in your waistband and you can carry a gun now. You don't have to have the CCW permit.
Really?
And you also don't have to tell the police officer that you have the firearm on you.
Really?
When they come up to your vehicle.
Wow.
So for you, just some dude off the street, I don't know if you have your license or not, but you can.
No, I do. I don't.
You can just carry a gun, and it doesn't. You can hide it, and you can conceal it. You can go into Walmart. You can go into any place that allows concealed carry. You can go anywhere with a gun and carry your gun on you, and you don't need a license or a permit for it anymore. The governor signed it. It goes into effect in a little under 90 days.
Really?
You have to get yourself a fucking gat. Get yourself a Kentucky credit card.
Yeah.
Let me know if you can borrow one in the meantime.
Yeah, between you and my uncle, I think I'm safe.
Yeah, you're good. So number 2 on his list, no survivors. How are drugged out losers performing with Rambo-like prowess and accuracy? And he's right, man. Adam Lanza allegedly killed all those kids and teachers with no first-hand survivors.
Look at Lee Harvey Oswald even, going back to that. That fucker was shooting with a prehistoric rifle.
Yeah, he was using a fucking Raptor wing.
He was enrolled in the military. Maybe not. I don't think it was our military. I think it was like the Soviet military, maybe.
Something weird, yeah.
Yeah, and that motherfucker couldn't shoot shit, but somehow
the broadside of a barn.
But somehow
he splattered the president's brains all over the pavement in one shot.
He somehow managed to hit that within 3 shots. Fucking skull shot.
And also about that event, there was no injuries. Do you know how rare that is in combat? The human body is very resilient, and even trained soldiers miss their target in the heat of battle. This is a major red flag seen in almost every shooting event.
Yeah, I don't care how good of a shooter you are or how good your hand-eye coordination is. If you are put in a situation where it's life or death and stress is hitting you,
you're gonna miss some.
Yeah, and that's a lot. That's a lot of the reasons why, whenever you see these videos of like police officer shootings, people are like, well, why they empty their entire clip? Because you don't know how accurate your shots are.
Stress, man.
You're in that area, and you're in that fight or flight, prehistoric instinct that's just in your brain.
We are programmed as humans.
And if it's like you or me, like not necessarily you and me, you know what I mean? But if it's you listening to this and me,
I would not shoot you.
Yeah, I wouldn't shoot. I'd take a bullet.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah. it's one of those things. You're gonna do whatever you can to make sure you go home.
Absolutely. We're programmed from our primal roots to be in a cave and hear something at the mouth of the cave and go out there and see what the fuck it is. And that's what we evolved from.
Sure.
And it's crazy to think all those years ago when we were cavemen just eating fucking, Flintstone T-bone on a stick.
It's funny, not much has changed.
The invention of the discovery of fire.
Yeah.
That's trippy, man. Think about that. Just there were fucking guys all those years ago. They just were
eating meat right off the bone,
and they just started eating. They started fucking each other and stuff because it felt good.
Can you imagine the shits those guys had to take before they cooked meat?
Dude, I bet. And when I'm on a diet, I know this is how I am. Those guys were living off the land. They were eating.
Sure, yeah.
They were eating nuts and berries and meat
the way God intended it.
Those guys were not pooping much because your body absorbs those nutrients.
No. Yeah.
When I'm on a diet, a good diet, what I'll eat when I'm on a good diet, I'll take chopped cauliflower and chicken for every fucking meal. I'll just gorge myself on that. I will
Fish
go
is really good
3, 4, or 5 days without shitting, and when I do shit, it is like a fucking meteorite. It is a big, dense ball of shit.
It looks like a big piece of hamster food.
It comes out. It's like an owl pellet. You can tell that you cut it open.
Yeah,
there's going to be some serious nutrients in that thing. I feel like when I'm on a good diet, I can recycle that poop. I can put it in a jar and sell it as like a supplement, a protein creatine thing and shake. It's like a poop milkshake, and you can drink it and just get fucking jacked off my poop.
I don't know what I'm doing the next time I diet. I'm eating your poop.
Eating my poop? You have to change my diaper first, though.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Number 3, family appears on TV within 24 hours showing little emotion. When the victim's family is immediately interviewed by CNN with dry eyes saying things like, "I've got nothing but love on my heart for the shooter."
Yeah.
Less than 24 hours after the brutal murder, you can be sure it's a false flag event.
And this is one of the things that happened during the Sandy Hook events that I remember seeing is that
those guys going on TV.
It was the one guy's dad. I think his name was Robbie something. Or maybe
blonde-haired dude.
Yeah, and he was off camera and didn't know the camera was rolling.
Yes.
And then he literally did he came up to his spot, did like a 1, 2, 3, and like immediately like made himself forced cry. Yeah. He was laughing and smiling off camera, and then whenever he thought the camera was about to roll, that was another huge pitchfork that they got out.
Red flag, man.
Huge red flag.
I don't know what it means.
It's one of those things. And honestly, you know what? I don't care what your religious beliefs are. If someone was to kill my family, I'm not going to say,
God, fucking peace to them.
I forgive this person.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, you know what? I hope they fucking kill you.
I hope you get your butt bludgeoned.
Like, I hope they get you before I do.
Yeah. It's so sad to think about that stuff.
It's miserable. Yeah.
Number 5, participants in the hoax Number 4, family or witnesses in the event have acting backgrounds. Most of the characters in these hoaxes are failed actors. They seem to have finally gotten their big break to act like a grieving victim. Search YouTube for crisis actors shooting. If even 1% of that content is true, your whole reality will be turned upside down. Number 5, participants in the hoax immediately blame the gun, they blame the gun, and they demand more gun control. No victims' families ever said gun laws aren't to blame. It was just the wrong place at the wrong time in these hoaxes. Well, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, that's right.
Number 6, shooters always have new social media accounts. Why do all these shooters seem to only have a month or 2 of a social media activity? That's kind of subjective.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
That's true.
Okay.
Number 7, shooter commits suicide. It's much more convenient when the shooter is killed off in the story. That way they don't have to worry about their patsy will spill secrets. It's not always the case because access to alleged Aurora shooter James Holmes and the alleged Boston bomber is easily restricted. Yeah, you can't talk to either one of those motherfuckers.
I have more of a spot where that person is killed before they can go to trial. You know, like with Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah, that guy, Lee Harvey.
Maybe it's because I'm so hung up on the JFK thing.
Yeah,
and there's been a couple instances where, you know, the supposed murderer was shot and killed in transport. John Lennon, wasn't the John Lennon? The guy that killed John Lennon, wasn't he shot and killed on his way to court?
I think he might still be alive.
Or maybe he's still alive. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
John Lennon murderer. I think he.
Mark David Chapman. Okay.
Mark David. Yeah, dude, he's still alive.
Okay, maybe it was somebody else that I'm thinking of. I'm maybe thinking of somebody else. There was somebody else who
Look at that fucking fruit roll up right there. Jesus, man.
Way to go, Yoko, you fucking lunatic.
Jesus, man.
You broke up the Beatles.
She did.
Mediocre at best.
And real quick, there's Operation Northwoods, which is one of the biggest ones one of the biggest proposed false flags in American history that was purported by the U.S. government. I'm reading this straight from Wiki. It was a proposed false flag operation against American citizens that originated within the U.S. Department of Defense of the United States government in 1962. The proposals called for the CIA operatives to both stage and actually commit acts of terrorism against American military and civilian targets, blaming them on the Cuban government and using it to justify a war against Cuba. The possibilities detailed in the document included the possible assassination of Cuban immigrants, sinking boats of Cuban refugees in the high seas, hijacking planes to be shot down or given the appearance of being shot down, blowing up a U.S. ship, and orchestrating violent terrorism in U.S. cities. The proposal were rejected by President John F. Kennedy.
I do want to say thank you to the long shot on YouTube who said that's exactly what I was thinking of. He said, I think you're thinking of the guy that tried to kill Reagan.
Okay.
There was the assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan. That dude got got.
He got gotten.
He got got.
But dude, how crazy this Operation North? We could do an entire episode on Operation
Northwoods for sure. For sure.
But John F. Kennedy said, no, we're not doing that. And lo and behold, where did he find his fucking dome piece?
The back of a Lincoln.
The back of a Lincoln. So number 8 on the list, the shooter leaves a manifesto. If the media releases the shooter's manifesto or social media statements that reinforces the government agenda to expand the war on terror domestically, it's probably a staged hoax. Number 9, victims' families don't sue anyone for negligence but receive millions in unsolicited federal payouts. This is one of the biggest tells for me that Sandy Hook was a fraud. Again, this is from activists, whatever.com.
Yeah, thank you.
This was one of the biggest tells for me that Sandy Hook was a fraud. The federal government doesn't just hand out money, and parents with a major gripe about school usually file lawsuits. The opposite is true for these shady events. I don't know what the fuck he means by that, but... And number 10 on this guy's list.
I think what he's saying is that the government's not going to pay out to people that have suffered in these events unless there was something that the government was involved in for them to suffer for.
Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. Okay. Number 10, solution wouldn't have prevented the events. Finally, a powerful way to tell these events are false flags is that the proposed solution of more gun control wouldn't have prevented any of these attacks in the first place. It's all a ruse. Even if these were genuine tragic shootings, they can't be prevented by banning certain types of guns, the number of bullets, type of magazine, or even who is legally allowed to buy them. Besides, violent crime statistics have been plummeting the last few decades, which I don't know if that's true. We are living in the most peaceful times. This guy's a fucking fart in the wind. Dude.
No, we aren't, my friend.
I'm cutting him off right here. There's a lot of different things that go into a false flag.
For sure.
We have concrete proof that our own U.S. government has tried to involve themselves in a false flag operation. That's with Operation Northwoods, which we barely dusted past in this episode. But they have proved without a shadow of a doubt that they are willing to wage horrific acts on their own people and the element for the advancement of, I guess, their agenda to be in a war, a conflict with a foreign entity.
Definitely. I think that a lot of the leaders they're very, they'll do what they have to push their specific agenda, and especially if it's something that they feel strongly enough about.
Sure,
they'll do whatever they can to make sure that there's a means to the end.
Wild shit, dude.
Yeah, an end to the means, whatever the fucking saying is.
False flags.
False flag.
If you've ever eaten your mom out, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. If you've ever walked in on your mom and dad having sex and you want to tell us a story, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. If you want to be on the next episode of the Brohio Podcast, Battlefield of Love, send in your love questions, your love stories.
We are way past due for another one of those.
Send them to brohiopodcast@gmail.com. Use the subject line, Battlefield of Love.
And if you are someone who listens to our main episodes but doesn't like the Battlefield of Love episodes,
just try them.
You know what? No, and I will say,
you.
I will say, no, I'm not going to be that aggressive. I will say that a lot of the beginning episodes had a lot of really, really fake, obvious questions or statements. The newer ones are way fucking better.
Get better. There's
It's a
good
lot.
questions,
It's
man.
a lot gooder stuff.
A lot gooder, man. I think
gooder.
people realize that we actually have fairly decent advice to solicit to give them.
Yeah, I like to think we do.
I know. We're level-headed guys. We're kind of out there.
My wife for sure wants to come on one of those.
So does she actually wants to do it with all of us.
Okay,
all
let's
four of
fucking do it next time.
Let's do it.
Let's do one this week.
All four get down here and do it. I would have to clean up this place for your wife to come down here.
I'll come over an hour early and help you.
She'll start cleaning. She'll be like, I can't fucking stand this shit.
Dude, for real. Anytime we go over to anybody's house, she's cleaning. She's cleaning their shit up, and
fucking knock her ass out.
it stresses her out.
I'd hit her in the head with that infinity bottle.
Please do.
When she wakes up, she'll be ready to go.
Let's make that happen.
All right. See if we can't pull it together.
Yeah, this week.
Yes.
We're long past.
Send us your questions and stories to brohiopodcast@gmail.com. Use the subject, Battlefield of Love. Or if you want to go to the top of the list, use Battlefield of Cum.
That's the gateway. That's the fast pass.
That's the slickery slope. You can grease on through there.
And if you have a belly button fetish, send us your voicemail of you whispering belly button to us.
If you've ever seen the inside of your belly button, send us an email, Joe Rogan Experience @joeroganexperience.com. I still send stuff to Jake the Snake all the time.
On accident?
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. That was the False Flags episode. We're coming in at a little over 2 hours and 21 minutes of content for you.
Holy shit.
We think the world of you and we love you so much.
We love you guys. All right.
You're not alone.
I follow the drummer that used to play drums for Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That dude is the fucking tightest drummer.
Really? Yeah, but I'm sure he had good.
Tightest drummer, dude. Man.
Karina says, "Oh, she loves you, Rob Digg."
Oh, hell yeah, I fucking love you, Karina.
I fucking love, dude. God. Everyone loves you so much, and no one even fucking cares about me at all.
Everybody likes you more.
Good fucking luck with that. Everyone thinks that you'd last longer in bed, too. What the fuck, dude? I'm just gonna go upstairs and take a nap in my fucking pillow, face down, and not wake up. I'm just kidding. I don't mean that.
I will be totally honest. I think we're probably about dead even.
Dude, I have some really bad nights sometimes.
I don't really have good nights.
Where I'm out, like 50 seconds in, I'm thinking about dead puppies, trying to stop it. I don't like dead puppies, but it's enough to turn me off to get me to.
That doesn't slow me down, bro. Every now and then, and I'm not saying this is a thing. Like, she'll complain that she wishes it was longer, and I'm just like,
what do you want?
I got a super sensitive wiener, man. I can't help it.
You got that wet.
I got super thin skin. It's not calloused. It feels good going in.
I still have the foreskin of a newborn baby boy.
I always say we shouldn't have that fucking wet, baby. Baby girl. Maybe you should clam that bitch up.
Tell her try farting on you next time.
I'll do it. It'll get me going.
Oh, sorry. You cummed it.
Cummed.
You farted and I
shit.
cummed. I shitted, farted, and cummed.
Oh man, that's the trifecta right there.
Oh my God. Yeah, you should just be like, look, I know you've really been looking for ways to get me to last longer. Try letting out a little poop nugget about halfway through. Because like halfway through sex, if you smelled like some stepped in poop, you would definitely be like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
I'm a hound dog.
I'm fucking regardless, bro. Like right now, like I made the mistake of last night leaving our upstairs, we have a balcony on our second story, a whole bedroom, and I like lit a fire, so our whole bedroom smells like fucking bonfire. So I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna go in there tonight and be like, I want some fucking s'mores, bitch.
Like a caveman.
Yeah, like a fucking caveman. Yeah.
Drag her ass out onto the floor. That's another thing in my old age. I can't make love anywhere except for on my bed.
Really?
Not on the floor. Not on the.
I won't even say what's going on here.
I can't even. I gotta be in my bed. That's where I gotta sleep, and that's where I gotta fuck. It's a bad day.
Man,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I'm sure all of our whole street has seen us do.
You got that balcony up there, dog. All right, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Love you guys. Thank you guys.
See ya.
We love you.